Football Sunday's almost here. We had two games so far. They were described as two lackluster games, or not quite lackluster. We use a different word in the pre-show, but we'll discuss all that as well as the Week 1 NFL picks for the first time with Tom. Before we do the intros, please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video, visit the link in the description for the merch store. As always, wearing something from the merch store is our this shirt has a lot of text on it. So Watson and Tucker massage parlors. Get your happy ending today. So I love this shirt. It has a lot of text on it, and like some people like just reading it a lot. But it is an image of a shady massage parlor where massage is misspelled. So definitely one of my favorite ones. You can get that shirt as well as everything else at the merch store. We have a 20% off sale on everything. You can change the colors of the shirts. You can get long sleeve. You can get hoodie. You can get woman's tank top. You can get infant onesie. So you might want to get this shady massage parlor for your nephew or whatever. That would be a great gift, I think. We have our famous apron. We have our mugs. We have everything here. Again, 20% off. Our Amazon. On Amazon, we have my books. I wrote 3 of them. The most recent one is Jerks of the College Years, where I made fun of people I saw at Penn State for 6 years. So you can get that as well. I had a lot of fun writing it. I think you guys will have a lot of fun reading it. And then you can please support us with super chats, super stickers. That's the best way to support the show. Armac, who's saying, "What's up, guys?" Armac gave us a $100 super chat a few weeks ago, and then a $20 super chat a couple of days ago, as well as Slew, who super chatted us as well. In the past, we also had John Sanders, Can Make an Eagle, the Karmic, the Boss, and Degeneron, and several others. So thank you so much, guys, for keeping us going, especially Armac and Slew and John Sanders. You guys are the best, and the show wouldn't continue without you guys. So just saying that a lot, because like YouTube ads pay nothing. They really don't pay anything. So thank you so much, guys. All right, we are joined by Quacky T, Tom, for the first time on a Friday night. How's it going?
Walt, here we are again. Hello to you and hello to everyone out there in the Walter football family. Mm-hmm. Well, we had a couple of games here where the outcome certainly wasn't what I expected. Though I will say, I did like the Chargers about a week ago, and then I decided to end up staying away from it. But now wishing I hadn't, of course. And then we had the Eagles on our joint super contest card on my bookie. And we were getting such a good number, too, at 6.5. And what an interesting game that was, between the spitting and the weather delay. And, it was, I don't know.
My dad's furious about the spitting thing, because Dak Prescott was the initial spitter. I don't know if you saw the video. He spat on the ground next to the play. Like, he didn't spit on Jalen Carter, but he spat next to him. Mm-hmm. And then Jalen Carter, he didn't spit in his face. He spat on the jersey. And then he got ejected. And then tonight, Tierra Tart, who had a couple big knockdowns, he punched a Chiefs player, and he's not ejected. It's like, okay, so you can punch someone, but you can't spit on someone's jersey. Okay, now we know that for sure. And yeah, it was Xavier Worthy tonight going out. It was brutal. And not even the first drive was over. He collided with a teammate, and then it looks like his shoulder was just hanging out of his socket. It was so brutal. Mm-hmm. So he might be out for a few weeks. So we'll see. And Subring, who's going to be knocked out right off the bat. So yeah, we have the Browns for a big play. We're going to lose Myles Garrett before the first drive is over. I think we both like the Giants, so we're going to lose Malik Neighbors before the first drive is over. So and actually, Andrew Thomas is going to be out, so we already lost him. So it's maybe it's going to be one of those years. We'll see.
Yeah, what I was thinking recently? Isn't it funny how in baseball or football, if there's a brawl, there'll be suspensions and fines handed out. Mm-hmm. But in hockey, it's okay, you guys were assaulting each other. Just go sit over there for 5 minutes, and then right. And even that's a problem. I always wondered why hockey never got. Sorry, not to get off topic, but I always thought that was so funny. I always thought there should be more interest in hockey, because of that in some way. But I guess there was at one time. But.
Yeah, I guess it's hard for people to follow the puck, and there's not a lot of scoring. And the best players aren't always out there. They're out for a minute, and then they sit for 2 minutes. So I always thought that shorten the quarters, make the top players be on the ice the entire time. which is like, I don't know. I used to play roller hockey when I was a kid. I never stopped playing. I was never had a shift. I was out there for like an hour in the sun, on a June day. Like, I never sat down. So I don't understand why these guys can't skate for 10 minutes at a time,
Yeah. Remember the glowing puck?
Oh yeah, I actually like the glowing puck.
Oh no, that's not
I love
true.
I love the glowing puck.
No one liked the glowing puck.
I love the glowing puck. I couldn't see the puck for the first time. I could see the puck. It was great. I started watching hockey because of it. That and the robots that used to beat up each other on Fox. That was the best.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Whenever team would score a goal, the one team's robot would beat up the other.
That robot really stuck around for a long while. That robot's got some tenure. That Fox robot, because it's on football too, still, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't beat up the opponent. Like if like the Chiefs score a touchdown, the Chiefs robot doesn't beat up the Charger opponent, or I guess it would be vice versa tonight because the Chargers.
That's what they did with the hockey robots.
Yeah. If like the Flyers robot would score, they'd like take a stick and like bash the Rangers robot in the head, or beat him down with his fists. Like there'd be a different animation for each goal. It was awesome.
Was it like one of those, like when you go bowling, the little animations like based on like a strike or like one of those?
I mean, it was like a cartoon. It looked like a cartoon robot that came on. It wasn't like a real robot. It was just something you see in a cartoon. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You don't remember that at all?
No, I thought it was more like. No, like I know it was a cartoon, but I don't know. It looked like more 3D sort of. I don't know how to describe it. I know what you're talking about. I do remember it.
Okay,
but
well, I like the goalie puck. Maybe I'm the only one, but I can never see the puck otherwise. And when the goalie puck went away, I stopped watching hockey. So they should bring it back just so I can watch it again.
Yeah. But anyhow, sorry, we can get into the games.
Yeah. Anyway, just not good results. Luckily, Omarion Hampton got there with the over 12 and a half receiving yards. But got there by the chin, like the hair on the chin. Like he had 13 receiving yards.
Wow.
And I actually I bet Xavier Worthy to score a touchdown, and DraftKings refunded me with a bonus bet. So that was nice of them. I was kind of surprised. I didn't even expect it. I checked my mail. They're like, you have bonus credits from Xavier Worthy getting hurt. I'm like, oh, cool. I didn't even think about that. So that was nice.
Right. Yeah.
So hopefully Sunday's going to be better. I mean, we only had one big play so far, and it lost. Like the Chiefs. We can talk about the game for like a second. Like the Chiefs. I thought in the first half they looked lost offensively without Worthy. They made a lot of mistakes. Like Brown dropped the ball on third down. I think they had 3 or 4 false starts. Juwan Taylor, either 2 or 3 false starts, and then Josh Simmons had 1. I thought Josh Simmons played okay. He allowed a sack once. It wasn't his guy, but the edge rusher beat him, and then Mahomes stepped up, and then the linebacker sacked him because he stepped up. But outside of that, I thought like Josh Simmons played pretty well, but like the Chiefs still allow pressures from other places too. And I don't know how they didn't replace Juwan Taylor. I thought like Jalen Moore would replace him. I don't get that. The second half they clicked offensively. Like they still made mistakes. Like Kelsey stopped on that route near the goal line, and then they threw a weird fade in the end zone on third down. That was an awful play call. Like whoever called that play should be fired. That was terrible. Fades never work, and they tried on third down. Like Mahomes didn't run at all near the goal line. I thought that was terrible. And then I thought my biggest takeaway was the Chargers actually had balls for the first time. Like in the past, they would have just ran the ball and just went into a conservative shell, and like prayed that they would hang on for a win. And then inevitably the Chiefs would come back a win. Like if this were last year, the Chiefs would have won 28-22 or whatever. Well, yeah, they would have won 2022. Or 20. No, it would have been 28-27. Sorry, 28-27. Like they would have gotten there at the end. But instead, like the Chargers, they threw. They're throwing so much with the lead in the fourth quarter. Even that last drive, like they came out and I thought for sure they're going to run. And then like they throw to Will Dissly for 17 yards, first down. And then they have one run. They ran once, and then Herbert got sacked. And then 3rd and 14, they go back to pass again, and Herbert runs for first down. Like it was such aggressive play calling that we haven't seen from the Chargers ever. And And so I don't know if they coach like that, and obviously they have a great coach, then they can maybe make some noise. I think they have a lot of issues still. Like I don't really trust their defense. If Xavier Worthy played the whole game, like that would have gone much differently. And like they still don't have their left tackle. Becton just looks so exhausted all the time. I don't know if he's going to last the whole year. But they are really well coached. They're very well quarterbacked, and so like they can make some noise. And if they're going to be aggressive, then they can go places. And it was so surprising to me that they threw so much, considering they spent a first round pick on a running back. So like, why'd they spend a first round pick on a running back if they're like going to throw in the fourth quarter? It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I'll tell you, I really thought I actually took the Chiefs live money line at halftime, because I really thought that they were going to build some momentum off that field goal right at the end of the first half. I didn't even think they were going to get that play off, let alone have a kick that was even close, let alone make it. So I really thought like, okay, that was a good, it was like, I think plus 165 at that point. But yeah, I thought it was going to play out in the way it has so many, as we've seen so often with the Chiefs in the past. But yeah, not tonight, unfortunately.
Yeah, definitely not. Kickers are getting better or what? Thinking of round robbing over field goal yards in each Sunday game. Yeah, if you can do that, I think that'd be good. There's no Butker, so he can't go. He went far right on that kick. So Eisen was so bad tonight. He was so bad. He was like, do you hear how many mistakes he made? It was like a 13-6 game. It's like the Chargers go in with a 10-point lead at halftime.
Yeah, he had a. I like Rich Eisen. I just don't like him so much as a commentator. But yeah, he's a little quirky in there, but I don't know. It kind of adds to the fun, I guess. I thought I heard Cam Newton call the Chiefs the Giants, but I think he was using a metaphor. Yeah, but then I was like, maybe he was using a metaphor. He's like, to take down the Giants.
I didn't hear.
I can't remember. I don't want to misquote it, but
I went to the bathroom during halftime, so I didn't hear it. Unfortunately, had I known, I would have kept it on. Like I would have brought my laptop in the bathroom and listened.
Yeah, it's certainly possible. I could have misunderstood it. Maybe he meant as a metaphor, like they're the Giants of the AFC, so to speak. So well, no, but I don't want to sit here and misquote. That's not my style, Do
you think Cam Newton knows what a metaphor is?
I don't know. But I'm just saying. I just remember I perked up. I was like, sounded like he thought maybe they were the Giants, but I could have heard him wrong. But anyhow.
Yeah, that was. I mean, I have to listen to him more. I didn't even know he'd be on the halftime show. So, I mean, we've had some gems before. I mean, I have something in the merch store from him. I have the where is it? Hindsight is 50. Hindsight is 50.
I love that quote. I love that. I put that quote in the college presentation. Some people got the reference. It was great. That is a great quote. Hindsight is 50-50.
Because half the time there's hindsight, half the time there's not. Of course, what's the point? you'll get to see.
What a legend!
Yeah, absolutely. A legend on the field, legend off the field. He's great. Before we get to the picks, let's read some comments here. Patrick saying, we'll go reverse chronological order. Playing Resident Evil 2 and not enjoying it at all. There's something wrong with me. The puzzles are so boring. Gameplay was too difficult, even on assisted difficulty. Story in the background. Is that the new remake one?
Yeah. Is that the one that? Oh, sorry.
No, it's like they remade it. So they had the original for PS, and which was phenomenal. I used to play it all the time. I used to do speedruns on it. I was pretty good at it. Yeah. But they did a remake on the PS4 or 5.
It was like 2018, if I remember correctly.
So that was PS4, and it was more like an FPS at this point. I was like, this is not Resident Evil to me. So I watched this girl Costaclism, I think her name is, play video games. So like whenever I'm I don't know, like working out or something, like I'll just have it on, or whatever, or like in the bathroom, like I'll have it on. She's really good. I think on a stream, like not like a great like video game player, but like, she's like entertaining and stuff like that, I think. So I like watching her. So she was playing Resident Evil 2, the new one. I was like, oh, let me check this out, and maybe if it looks good, I'll buy it. And it looked bad. I just stopped watching. I stopped watching that video because it just didn't look like a good game. It didn't look like entertaining. Remake on it's free on Xbox. Yeah, I mean, if you want to play Resident Evil 2, just play the original PS one. Like it's the graphics suck, but it's a much better game than this remake one. So.
I love the original on PlayStation, or like the first PlayStation. Oh, it's like this is gonna sound strange maybe, but that game is like a core memory of my childhood. I wore that game out. I beat it several times, and I just love this. I was so fascinated and like not like I was never like scared of the game, but like of course like it made you jump like several times throughout. It was ahead of its time in my opinion. You know, it was one of my favorite games. I think I watched a playthrough of the remake in 2018, but I didn't know about the new one. But anyhow, sorry, I don't mean to.
No. 1, 2, and 3 on the PS were awesome. Especially 1. That was my favorite. And the one good remake they had was on like GameCube, I think. And then they ported it to the Switch, and I have it, and I think it was 2003 remake, and it was really good. They added a bunch to it, but didn't feel forced. Like it was awesome. And my son refers to it as the zombie game. He's 3, so he's like, "Daddy, let's play zombie game." He likes to actually watch me play Resident Evil, and he's actually not scared of the zombies. What are you scared of? Like in the one room with the fish tank where you take the bee out and you put the other bee in, and like you press the button, the fish tank moves, but then the bee comes out, and he's scared. He's so scared of the bee. He's like, ah! He's not scared of the zombies. He's scared of the bee. So.
Well, let me tell you something. I feel a little sheepish admitting this, but I remember back in like 2013 or 2012, I got me an Xbox 360, and I wore out Batman Arkham Asylum and Arkham City. Two really great games, but I also had I bought like this Resident Evil game. I started playing it, and like I couldn't figure out the controls at first.
Yeah.
And then like I was kind of scared.
Were you?
That's not that I was scared, but I was like, I don't think I have the time to invest in this. Like, I don't know if I can.
I was scared of Silent Hill and Silent Hill 2 when I was
no, but like I still want to play them and watch them, you know. But it's just like I don't know.
Yeah, Silent Hill 2 was kind of terrifying with the pyramid head and whatnot. I remember. I was never scared of Resident Evil because it was just that's mostly jump scares. Where like Silent Hill is like just really mess with your head. There was one game, I can't remember what it was. I think it was on GameCube or the Nintendo one after that, whatever it was. Basically, you go in the past and you play as like 9 different people in the past. They're all your ancestors, and this game like messes with your head. Not like the character's head, like your head. Like this game will sometimes it will shut off your TV. Sometimes it'll lower the volume on your TV. Sometimes it'll say memory card deleted. It'll do that. Sometimes they'll make the enemies disappear, and like they're still there. So it's like kind of creepy when the enemies like attack you. And it has to do with like in games you have HP, like your health. In this game, you have your health meter and you have a sanity meter, and like you can lose your sanity. You can lose your sanity based on stuff that happens in the game. And if your sanity goes way low, it like starts to mess with you. Like you, and so that was a really cool game. I can't even remember what it was called, but it was awesome. So I'll have to look it up when we're talking later. But let's get to some more of these comments. Yeah. Also, I remember you mentioned Dead by Daylight. My fiance and I play it all the time.
I want to try it out, but I'm scared. Go ahead.
No, good.
I just said I want to try it out, but I'm scared. Dead by Daylight. Yeah, maybe I will.
I don't know what that is. So
it's like a survival horror game. I'm not actually scared. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm just not like up for. Yeah. Well, no, I guess I'm just like not really up for like trying any new games right now. But
yeah, you guys play PUBG? Is that Battlegrounds? I don't.
What that is. I don't.
I think is that a first person shooters? I don't I never like got into that kind of stuff, but I like that always made me like nauseous, like the old Bond like 007 game for the whatever it was, the N64. Like people love that game, and I thought it was cool, but like after like 30 minutes I would just get like seasick almost, and I just have to stop playing. I was like, I can't do this anymore, guys, and I just have to like just walk away for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, I get that. Anyhow, I remind me to make a timestamp for 20 minutes so we know where to timestamp the football
Sure.
talk.
No, it's okay. You see that fan that got the ball at the Marlins versus Phillies game? The lady went total Karen, and the dad was a cock. Yeah, I saw the video briefly. That was like that was what I was watching during halftime. I was looking on X, Twitter, and I saw that video. And of course, like the woman looked like a total Karen. Like she just like epitomized that so well. It was ridiculous.
Yeah, I didn't see it.
Cam Newton could be the new Ron Wolfley or Emmitt Smith. Yeah, I should have something for Cam Newton in the previews. So Ron Wolfley retired, for those who didn't know, so that's why he's not in this now anymore. Didn't have a Kelsey prop bet. I thought, it's funny. I made a video and I was talking up Mahomes rushing yards. Of course, I forgot to bet Mahomes rushing yards. And then I talked about Kelsey being good, and of course I forgot to bet Kelsey. Like I'm from now on, when I make my videos on these individual games, I'm gonna bet them right then. But like last night, by the time I got that video done, because like I did the show with Evan after the game, I did the show with Evan, and because the game went long, then I did the recap, and then this video, and like by the time I was done the video, it was like 2:30 a.m. I was like falling asleep at my computer, so I just forgot to do stuff. And then today was like, I don't know, total S show. Like every like 10 seconds I was like distracted by something today. It was like I got nothing done today. So I don't know. I'll blame it on that, I guess. But from now on, I'm gonna bet stuff as soon as I'm done the videos and stuff. But
that's happened to me before too, where I'm like, would make my video when I used to do those daily picks and then forget to bet it myself. It would happen to me a couple times.
Yeah, you didn't get to enjoy the halftime show. Although I hope I can go back on YouTube and watch it. I'll try to watch it. At least the Cam Newton stuff.
Oh yeah. I don't like halftime shows usually.
Me neither. It's nice to see Keenan Allen back to Chargers. Yeah, I mean he looked like Keenan Allen of old. It was kind of crazy, right? How much do you value PFF grades? I think I value them a decent amount. They're not like the end all be all. I look at like EPS, per play, stuff like that. I use a bunch of different metrics. But I mean, Pro Football Focus, like they do a good job. Obviously, they're famous for a reason. So I do think that I think they're pretty good. And Holy asks another bet. 365 Boost predicts the outcome. Jinx is the favorite, plus 100 Chiefs. Yeah, DraftKings. I didn't bet this actually. DraftKings, like they do a happy hour thing when they do a promo like an hour before the game, and I actually bet the one on Thursday night when they had they took Jalen Hurts from minus 150 to anytime touchdown to plus 150. And so I bet that. And tonight they had Isaiah Pacheco or Travis Kelce to score a touchdown, or it was minus 200, and then they turned it into plus 100. And I almost took it, and I was like, well, maybe Kelce scores. I don't think Pacheco scores because Hunt's at the goal line. And I was like, okay, maybe like I only have one out then. And then of course Kelce scored. I'm like, of course I didn't bet that one. That's how it works out.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah. We only have a couple more here. Okay, went to MHG. No one can replace Emmitt Smith. He's unique. Yeah. 100% she did. Okay, let us go to the games here. And so let me explain something. This is technically a new show. I mean, we do this on Saturday usually, but we're doing this on Friday night. But the goal here for us personally is to make a Circa a Millions card, which is we have to pick 5 games against the spread. So we always would do this Friday night. Like for those of you who don't know, we mentioned it before, but it was like me, you, and Jacob back when Jacob would do the contest with us. We would have these
nights.
We would have Friday night like Zoom calls. It was like Google Hangout calls where we would talk about these games for like 2 hours. And I was always like, let's broadcast this. And then we just never did, because like Aton was on some like sparingly. Sometimes we never knew if he'd come on because he did the contest with me, but he had like a newborn at the time, and like Aton does like 3 jobs, so like he's always working. So, and then Jacob stepped down, and then it was just us 2 last year, and we're like I didn't bring that up last year, but it makes sense because like we would talk on Friday night and then we do the show Saturday night. And so like what we would say on the show was like basically what we talked about Friday night. It was like nothing new. So you were like, why don't we just do this one night? We like do the show and do our call basically at the same time. Exactly. So yeah, we're gonna do that. So
yeah, so we're creating our card here in front of you, our joint entry for the Circa.
Yes, we have to pick 5 games against the spread that we like, and the spreads are set, but they haven't really moved off of what they are now. So, so basically what we would do is like we would not go in order and like talk about games that we liked, and we've gone in order the past 2 nights with Andy and with Evan last night. So. I don't know where you want to kick things off because I mean the first game I do like the Steelers at Jets. Not to go chronologically, but
go for it.
The Steelers are -3 here and they're -3 in Circa. Let me make sure if that's correct. I have this in my Excel. Yes, the Steelers are -3 in the Circa. They're actually -2.5 at the Westgate. So Evan actually brought that up last night where he was like, there's 2.5 at the Westgate. So if you're doing that, like it makes more sense to bet the Steelers -2.5 at the Westgate instead of 3. But I like it regardless. Like if it was 3.5, it'd be a different story. I actually think would pick the Steelers still at -3.5, but it would be a much tougher ask for the contest just because like Tomlin -3.5 or higher is just so bad, and 3 is a big key number. But 3 is very doable. Feels like at worst the push, but I think the Steelers just have a big edge in this game, knowing what Justin Fields can do. Like Tomlin watched Justin Fields and every day in practice last year, and the Jets have a new coach, new quarterback, which is just an awful dynamic for Week 1. Like if you fade that, like you're going to be 70% like over the past half decade. Like this sort of situation just doesn't cover. It was 3, like fading it was 3-1 last year. And the only combination that won was Gerard Mayo and Drake May, and not Gerard Mayo and Jacoby Brissett, I should say, in Week 1 against the Bengals, because the Bengals were a complete no-show because they had Kansas City the following week, and plus Cincinnati always just sucks in Week 1 anyway. But yeah, I mean that was the only one that won. Like even Jaden Daniels and Dan Quinn got blown out in Tampa. And yet they you saw in the playoffs, like they had the rematch, same place, and then they beat Tampa. So they obviously played much better later in the year. So I think it's just tough for a new coach and a new quarterback combination to do well in Week 1. And then Mike Tomlin, obviously seasoned veteran, and yeah, the Steelers have a new quarterback, but Aaron Rodgers, he's been around, right? So I don't think that he's going to have any issue transitioning to Week 1. So the first week to a new team. So I like the Steelers at -3, both in real life and the contest. How much do you like this side?
Yeah, I like him a good bit too. I liked him beforehand, and then when I heard the news this week about Vera Tucker being out for the Jets, unfortunately, I think he's out for the season, is he not? Yeah. So that's not going to help the Jets. Certainly on their offensive line. I really like Aaron Glenn. I think I really hope he does well, but I'm going to take Mike Tomlin every time over a coach making their debut, and I won't look back. I have mediocre expectations for Aaron Rodgers. I'm in a way, not quite sure what to expect, but I'm going to take Tomlin and Rodgers here. In this spot, especially with Vera Tucker out now. So I'd consider putting the Steelers on the card if you wanted to.
How much do you like him? This is like do you love it, or do you like it a little bit, or are you like average on it? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, like a 6.5, 7 out of 10 right now. I mean, I could definitely put it on the card. Like, I mean, we could put it in the maybe pile for now.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see, like you said, a new coach, new quarterback. Do you really see a debut coach? Again, I like Aaron Glenn and Justin Fields outdoing Tomlin and Rodgers, even though he's past his prime. I have a hard time seeing that. But so.
Yeah, just a far different team. You have preparation wise for week one. You have the veteran head coach, you have the veteran quarterback, and then you have the rookie head coach and a quarterback who has been around a little bit, but that doesn't really have that many games as a starter under his belt. So, and plus not as good, like he's Justin Fields by all accounts has struggled in the preseason. So, and I think the Steelers should be able to run the ball on the Jets. Like the Jets' run defense is very suspect. It has been for years. Their biggest need was nose tackle, and they didn't address it at all this offseason. So that's been the case for a while. So billionaire Arthur Smith should be able to run the ball pretty well with Jalen Warren, of course.
Arthur Smith.
Do you know he's 3 times richer than the owner of that team?
Really?
Yeah. The owner's worth $1.3 billion, and Arthur Smith worth $3+ billion.
Holy cow!
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Yeah, the owner could be like, "You're fired," and he'd be like, "No, I'm buying the team. You're fired."
Wait, how did he make Arthur Smith make his money? I really did not know this.
You didn't know Arthur Smith is a billionaire?
No.
So his dad. Look, Arthur Smith didn't do anything to earn this. His dad, Fred Smith, was the founder of FedEx, and unfortunately, Fred Smith passed away in June. So Arthur Smith inherited his riches, and I think Fred Smith was worth $7 billion. So I'm saying $3 billion because I'd assume that he's taxed on half of it. So that's an approximation, but either way, he's worth more than the Steelers owner. So the Steelers owner is worth $1.3 billion. Arthur Smith at least $3 billion. I don't know what else he has. So
I bet Arthur Smith gets a vote in FedEx Ground Player of the Year and FedEx Air Player of the Year.
You think he's deciding it? Is that what you're saying, or he's?
Yeah, I'm sure he has a vote. No, I'm saying I'm sure he has a. No,
I thought like he'd vote himself as the player.
Yeah. Who got the? I remember Fred Taylor got the FedEx Ground Player of the Year in 2007, and Brett Favre got the. You think they get any sort of bonus like from the team? It's like, okay, like you get like $20,000 for getting like FedEx Ground Player of the Year.
Imagine if like a player wouldn't sign a contract because he wouldn't get the bonus. He's like, no, I want the bonuses for the FedEx Player of the Year. Like,
I would be, man. I'm sure much stranger things have been requested. So,
oh yeah,
I mean, do you remember? Sure. Do you remember this pitcher? He used to. I know he pitched for the Cubs. I think he pitched for the Mets too. Turk Wendell. He wore number 99. He was a relief pitcher, and I heard that he's like obsessed with 99. That like if his contract was, like $15 million, he wanted like 1 penny away, like $14,999,999.99. Like that was his contract. Like he had like some like weird obsession with that. I don't know why I brought that up, but.
Yeah. I've heard some weird things in negotiations. I heard that I heard a band. I forget what it was, but they put in they would always put in this request for like M&Ms. They would have like they wanted a jar of M&Ms, but they wanted the blue ones removed or something, or like the red ones removed. And like they didn't do it because they're prima donnas. They did it apparently, which I heard, they did it because they wanted to make sure that they were reading the contracts. Just so there wouldn't be other mistakes.
Oh, right. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Someone once told me that they could taste the difference in the different colored M&Ms, and I think that's a lie.
My wife says the same thing, and I was like, it was not for M&Ms. It was for something else. It was like maybe gummy bears, like the Haribo gummy bears. She'd be like, they're all the same. I'm like, no, definitely not. And like we had this big argument about them. I do think all M&Ms taste the same though.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. Someone was telling me they don't think they think they taste different. I don't think so, man.
Well, I don't know. I mean, you can tell the difference between red 40 and blue 6 and yellow 1. I don't know.
They all tasted the same to me.
I think if you did a blind taste test of M&Ms, you couldn't tell difference, but like if you did a blind taste test of like Skittles, you would obviously tell the difference. It's much different.
I remember one time when what did we win? Remember we could win like $1 million or something in like a package of M&Ms.
Could we? I would have eaten more M&Ms if I knew that.
One time we got really excited because it said like first prize or like second prize or something. But I guess there's like first prize and then grand prize and ultimate grand prize or something, But I think we got like $100 or something. But I thought I was like first prize, like that's got to be a huge number. But it wasn't. I remember it being like a really low number. But like we got one of those M&M. It was a very small prize.
It was better. I mean, any money prize is better than a trip to the chocolate factory. You know, at least you didn't get that.
Yeah, this was the 90s. So.
Well, I mean, we always had the McDonald's stuff, the Monopoly board of McDonald's, where you could win $1 million. Except there was the guy running the contest was arrested for fraud.
Yeah, that's a good documentary. It's called McMillions. I think it's on.
That's like.
It's
yeah,
really
that's
well
like
done.
I hate documentaries. It's the only documentary I've watched in like decades, except for My Octopus Teacher. That was a pretty good one because I always wanted to know what happened because I used to play that with my parents and my sister. We used to collect the pieces, but like obviously never won. And like apparently, if you never watched it, like the guy who ran it would like steal the winning pieces, like, and he'd sell it to people. Like he stole Boardwalk and he sold it for like 50,000 because like the person who would win it wouldn't win $1 million, but he'd get 50 grand. He'd get a cut of 50 grand for it.
Yeah. It's called. I can't believe you don't like documentaries, but the one of two documentaries you watched was McMillions
because it concerned me. I used to play the game. I was like, I wonder why I didn't win.
You were a stakeholder. You were technically a stakeholder.
I was.
By definition.
When I was a kid, I went to McDonald's like twice a week because what would happen was we'd have I'd have swim practice until like 8 p.m. and like it would be too late for like my mom to cook dinner, and so we just swing by McDonald's, and like whenever they'd had the Monopoly game, we'd always get the pieces. Like I like sometimes won like a like small fry or a small drink, but never won any monetary prizes, and I was always upset about that. And then this documentary came along. I'm like, wait, why didn't I win? Because I was there so often, and so that's we found out why.
One time, I can't remember if it was this was the late 90s. I couldn't have been older than 13. And my dad, I can't remember what he did. He hit like 4 or something out of 9 Powerball or 5 out of 9 Powerball. Anyway, it paid like maybe like $400 or $500.
Okay.
But like, and I remember because he gave me $20. Nice. Yeah, but I was like, that was pretty. I don't know. Other than that, like I never played Lotto like that.
Oh, I was going to ask you. You've never played lottery?
I mean, I've done like when I turned 18, I bought scratch-off tickets and stuff.
Okay.
And like very rarely will I buy a scratch-off ticket. The last time I bought one was like maybe 3 years ago. I was just at like a gas station. I don't know what I was buying, but the lady in front of me was like buying a bunch of lottery tickets like for gifts. She was like, "Give me like 100 of those." So I was like, "Which one did she get?" I was like, "I'm gonna like give me 5 more," because it's like she just took like all this. I don't know. I just thought that was like one of those weird situations. Like she got all those. There's a high chance that she's gonna have some winners in there, right? Just because she has 100, but it's like, give me the next 5, like just in case there's like some like weird like lucky fluke attached to that. So that's how I think. You know how I like to share my unfiltered thoughts.
I've never played the lottery. I've never done it.
I never played the numbers, like the daily number. Remember the Pennsylvania Lottery. Yeah, it's a great jingle, man. It gets in your head. Yeah. Pennsylvania Lottery. Yeah, it's catchy.
Well, they have Gus the Groundhog instead now. Who's the worst?
keep on scratching.
Keep on scratching. So horrible. I would want to like catch that stupid groundhog, throw him on the grill, and like eat it. I hate that thing.
Oh my god, you're so violent, Walter. You want to hurt poor Phil?
Horrible. I hate
the thing is, he's like, Pennsylvania's second most popular groundhog. Anyway, we're gonna have to timestamp this again.
I know.
Sorry, everyone.
All right, let's see if we can stop getting off tangent here.
Sorry, everyone.
I should sue McDonald's, by the way. But anyway, it's your turn because we usually take turns bringing up games. What do you like? Give me your top play.
Well, maybe top or one or two.
Or third place. Give me a third place play. I don't know. Give me something.
Okay. Well, here, I love the Giants, Walt. Okay. You know, the Giants, I think people are down on them just like due to reputation, but they've definitely improved. They've got, they got Javon Holland. They have Chauncey Golston now. I know those aren't like household names, but like Golston's coming off a career high in tackles and sacks. Like, I mean, I think it's an improvement. That's like the key here with this team, I think, especially in week 1. I mean, Russell Wilson, yeah, his best days are certainly behind him, and I mean, no, actually, he's literally the best in the league right now. but in all seriousness, no, what Malik Neighbors had 1,200 yards receiving last year in that quarterback room last season. I mean, you got to believe that Wilson is an upgrade. I like what I saw out of Tracy out of the backfield last year, and I just think Washington, okay, they have some great pieces now, like with like they have Debo but now like they traded away and Tunsil, thank you. And then but they traded away Brian Robinson Jr. I don't know. This is just like a team that hasn't played as much together. They have a short week as they play next Thursday against Green Bay, where they're going to have to face Micah Parsons again, just when they thought they were maybe out of the woods. I don't know. I like the Giants to keep this close. I would not take Washington in your survivor pool, just for whatever that's worth to all of you. I like the Giants to cover. I don't know. I don't even have the circle lines pulled up. I'm sorry. I like them +6. We have them in our contest at +6, I believe.
It is +6. It's +6 in real life. There are a couple 6.5s that have appeared, but they're -120 big, so not really 6.5s. I think the reason it moved is because Andrew Thomas looks doubtful to play for the Giants, which normally would be a huge deal. And I mean he's a great player, but I think a couple years ago would have been like far worse for the Giants here, but they have other good linemen. Like they don't have like a great line by any means, but like Jermaine Illuminor, for example, is like that's someone they didn't have a couple years ago who's actually like a solid player. Like they have a couple of like half decent guys on the line. So Thomas being out is not the biggest deal. And the Redskins have one of their best linemen, not the best because that's Tunsil, but like maybe their second best guy, Sam Cosmi's out too. So like the Giants aren't the only team that's missing a lineman here. So I'm definitely on board with the Giants here at +6. I think the look ahead is real. Some people will say teams that look ahead in week 1, and I'd like to present the Bengals from last year who looked ahead to the Chiefs. I think the Redskins could easily look ahead to the Packers. If the Packers game next week was on a Sunday, maybe not, but it's in 4 days. Like 2 games in 4 days is extremely tough. I can't believe the NFL is still making players play in 2 games in 4 days. Like that's insane to me. And like they pretend to care about concussions and player safety. Like give me a freaking break. So I said that I wrote this in my book, my first book. And by the way, Armac, that's one thing I'd bring up. He just bought the book. Thank you so much, Armac, for buying the book. The Jerks of the College Years. My first book actually was a safety and a field goal. It was like top 5 list for the NFL. And one of the things I talked about was that I just like the way I would change Thursday Night Football is to have every team playing on a Thursday coming off a bye. Now, obviously, you couldn't do it week 2, week 3, week 4, and even week 5, but then starting week 6, you can maybe even have like double headers on Thursday with like if you have 4 teams off on week 4 or week 5, then like those 4 would play somehow against another opponent in the Thursday game week 6. You could just like do it that way or whatever. You could like probably do it creatively. You don't always have to have double headers either. You could have like once in a while, kind of like they do now with Monday Night Football. But like the players wouldn't be exhausted. They'd be coming off a bye. They'd be fresh. And then they'd have like another mini bye after that. So I think they'd be down for it. But just like to have these players play twice in 4 days I think it's crazy, dude.
They should take away a preseason game and add a second bye week.
Yeah.
Oh, you like that idea? I'm straight off the brain over here.
Well, they had there's one season where they had 2 byes. I think it was like back in like 91 or 90, 92. I can't remember which year it was.
Really?
But
I didn't know that.
Yeah. They had there was 1 year they had 2 byes. I don't know why they have 2 byes. I'm looking it up right now. The NFL experimented with 2 bye weeks during the 93 season, which featured an 18-week regular season. This 1-year experiment was not well received due to negative impact on TV ratings and a loss of momentum for teams, leading to the league revert to a single bye week the following season. Yeah, 93.
Interesting.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know. I think they should try it again because the season's longer now, and there are more teams. Back in 93, they didn't have 32 teams. So I think they could do it. if it's done right.
Yeah, I think. I mean, they probably won't, but I think they could too.
I don't think they will either. They don't care about player health at all.
Yeah,
just face it.
Unfortunately.
So anyway, how much do you like the Giants? You said on a scale of 1 to 10.
Oh,
You like
that's probably my favorite pick. I know you like
okay.
it too, so let's definitely get it on our card.
All right, let's do it. So we have Giants as a definite, with Steelers as a maybe. Let me go to my pick of the month, which is the next game down. Bengals are either -5 or -5.5. I'm hoping we get a 6 for the Browns. I don't think we're going to do it. I think the sports books are too scared of the Sharps, like really pounding Cleveland at +6. But this Bengals team's not good. Like their defense, probably the worst in the NFL. We don't know that for sure, but they were awful last year and they lost players, so you'd think they'd be worse. They did get Trey Hendrickson back, but Hendrickson didn't really work out with the team, so he could be at risk for injury, which would make things worse. But anyway, he's playing this game. But I don't know if they're going to stop the Browns, which sounds weird to say. But as long as the Browns are playing Joe Flacco, they at least have like a competent guy on their center. Whereas like whenever they make the move to Gabriel or Shedeur Sanders, like they're going to be a disaster. But with Flacco on the center, there's some professionalism at quarterback, and they have some weapons. They have David Njoku, they have Jerry Jeudy, they have this guy Harold Fannin. They drafted him; they're super high on him. They have a good offensive line. Left tackle's shaky, but outside of that, they have a good offensive line. So you have a team that has much better defense. Myles Garrett just destroys Cincinnati's offensive line all the time. Cincinnati's offensive line sucks. You have the better defense. You have the better running game. You have the better coaching staff against a team with 4 fantasy players and Hendrickson. And that's all the Bengals have. And yet they're favored by 5.5 on the road. Seems crazy to me that this line's 5.5. I made it like 2.5 or 3, I think. What did I make it? I made it 3. I think this line should be 3. So we're getting good value with the Browns in a situation where you have a team in the Bengals that not only starts very slowly. Zach Taylor's 1-9 in his first 2 weeks as coach, but they also really struggled Cleveland. They've won once in Cleveland since 2017. Joe Burrow's 1-4 here or whatever, 1-5. He just never wins in Cleveland, and it's because Myles Garrett just destroys his offensive line every time. So I think I'd be shocked if this is a big Bengals win. Like I think the Browns have a decent chance to win this game outright. So I love the Browns. They're my pick of the month. What do you think about them?
Yeah, I really like them too, and I've got them locked in on our super contest card on my bookie at +6. Since you can get the lines moved, which I really love. I just kind of echoed everything you said. I've got questions about Cincinnati's offensive line. They're a hot pick, based on all the numbers, especially that Burrow and Chase put up last year. And they almost had a chance after a slow start to still make the playoffs. They're a very exciting team down the stretch there. So, of course, everyone's going to be high on them. The Browns, now that they have Shedeur Sanders, there's that circus that goes with it, or however you'd like to, call it. And I think whatever attention that brings is now associated with the Browns, a team who are associated with not having a lot of success, So I think, I don't know. I think they get overlooked here. I really think that they could win too. I like Flacco. I think he'll do just fine. For them especially as a veteran leader. And I think this is going to be a close game. I really think this is going to be a close game, maybe 3 points. I don't know if I take the money line, but I'll definitely get him on the card if you like him.
Yeah, love it.
As I know you do. You're like, they're picking my month. I'm like, if you like him, yeah. It's like this guy's a freaking dope. Yeah, after my terrible. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what else. Yeah, I was just like echoing everything you're saying, but they are one of my favorite picks too. So
okay, well, glad to hear it. Glad we don't have to fight on that one. Evan and I have them on the card as well. So which we submitted, unfortunately, because the Chiefs made us start.
Where do you see the money going there? Because I mean, it's got to be on. Is it on Cleveland? I mean, because it's went from 6 to 4.5, right? It's got to be.
Hold on, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Let me see here. Looks like about 62% on Cincinnati.
Really?
Yeah, I mean nothing substantial there, but I asked you this before. let me. I don't know if you saw it, but there are two teams that are getting actually. No, yeah, there are two teams that are getting 70% or more money on them. Do you know what they are?
Hang on, give me a second here.
Okay.
I'm going to say, I'll say One second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Broncos, Washington.
No.
How many? Wait, did you say two or three teams?
There are two teams that are getting 70% or more of the money.
I was wrong on both of them.
Yes.
It shows you what I know.
And here's the thing: they're both underdogs.
Oh, the Lions.
Lions are one, yeah, because they were 15-2 last year, and they're underdogs, and people are like, oh, 15-2 underdog. Let me take them. So what is the other one?
I don't know. Is it the Bills or the Bears?
Neither.
Someone asked me these questions. I don't know. Who else? They're both underdogs.
Yeah. It's a short underdog.
The Falcons.
No, different conference, AFC.
Just tell me.
It's the Dolphins.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny. How do you like the Dolphins? Why I like the Dolphins.
Enough to put them on the card?
No, but I would take the Dolphins because let me tell you, based on absolutely nothing, this is what's going to happen. The Colts have a look ahead alert here that only we know about because next week it's the Battle of the Horses, and it's and Walt's
Thank you for this gift.
Yep,
birthday gift, Tom. You sent me. I also have the same one from before, so I can
wear a hat
if I wanted to.
So we got to get one. We got to get a hat for one for each year to commemorate each
battle.
So, and it's not. It may not happen every year, so that's what makes it so special. So this is 2025 Battle of the Horses. I think that based on just feel. This is. Not necessarily endorsing this, but I think the Dolphins are going to win week 1, and then I think the Colts are going to beat the Broncos in week 2. If the Dolphins win week 1 and they beat the Colts, I really like the Colts in week 2, barring like some sort of catastrophic injury. We'll see how that plays out, though.
You want my take on it?
Yeah.
Things haven't been the same around these spots since Battle of the Horses,
and they never will be. They never will be ever again.
No,
I'm gonna be in here making bad picks, and no, I don't know. I like the Dolphins here. I'm not gonna put them on the card, but I don't know. I think they're gonna win, but I'm not gonna put them on the card.
So Dolphins, James Daniels, looks like he may not play. Let me just see what I wrote on him. Because he really popped up in the injury report. He was downgraded every day in practice. He was DNP on Friday, and he's listed as questionable. He's like the one good piece on that offensive line, because they lost Terron Armstead and they signed Daniels. And I thought, okay, they lost their left tackle, and they got Daniels, so they'll be able to run block better. But now Daniels may not play. And so this offensive line just could be a complete disaster. I don't want to back Daniel Jones, though. I really don't. So this is a stay away from me in every facet. So I still have this tag here. I got to cut it off. Let me. I'll cut it off and I'll wear it next time.
There you go.
My old hat. I know that now.
Yeah,
I'll switch it up from time to time.
Yeah, it'll be a big show next week with the Battle of the Horses coming up.
Yeah,
I'm with you. I can't back Daniel Jones yet, especially with a new team. Even though if that plays out, I'll probably back him in week 2 if he's still starting. But anyhow, the Dolphins, they lost Calais Campbell, they lost Javon Holland. I got a lot of questions about their defense. I don't know. It's hard to back them as well. I mean, isn't Storm Duck starting in their secondary?
Yeah, he's your favorite guy, though, right?
Oh, yeah. We got to bet Storm Duck anytime touchdown every game.
Every week, yeah. It'll be like the Evan and I are betting any quarterback to throw for 450 yards or more. We're betting that each week at 16-1 odds. So it's it happened 3 times last year. So once will just pay for itself. So this could be our other every week weekly bet. We have 450 yards, and then we have Storm Duck anytime touchdown. I don't even know if they've that listed on any sportsbook, but
I was joking with my buddy who's a Giants fan, because we always say Russell Wilson, he's literally the best in the league right now, and he was like parlay Giants to win the Super Bowl and Russell Wilson MVP.
You imagine if that happens?
I think they were both 200 to 1, but you couldn't parlay it. At least not on Hard Rock.
Oh, they didn't let you parlay it. I'll have to look to see.
I wasn't going to take it. I was just interested to see what the payout would be.
Yeah, I want to know too. I'm suddenly very curious. So, I'm going to look. I believe it's your turn to make a pick. I don't know if you, or unless you wanted to count the Dolphins as a suggestion, but
I mean, I can pick something else. I'm somewhat interested in the Jaguars. After talking with you last week, I kind of changed my mind a little bit. I don't know, like this. We were high on this Jags team for the last couple seasons, but injuries really crushed them, especially 2 seasons ago. I think they were 7-2, were they? And then they ended up missing
8-3,
8-3, and then they missed the playoffs because I had bet them to win the Super Bowl. I was very disappointed when they didn't.
Yeah,
obviously, then they didn't make the playoffs. But if Lawrence can stay healthy, I think they can be exciting. I mean, I expect. Brian Thomas Jr. to be better, even better this year. I actually like, and Travis Hunter, I think, obviously could make a huge impact from jump. I think, what do you think about pairing them on DFS, like Hunter Jr. Thomas Jr. and Lawrence, or Hunter and Lawrence?
I think you can the triple stack that. You can play all 3 together.
Really?
Yeah, why not?
Wow.
Look, this is the Jaguar team that doesn't run the ball that well, and I know that Liam Cohen will want to run the ball, but like ATN stinks, and then I don't know, like Bigsby. I like Bigsby's good, but like he does, he's awful. Like this guy's terrible. Is that why you laugh? It's true.
I don't know, just the way you said it.
Okay. No, so they're gonna throw a lot, I think, and I love both guys. I think that it's definitely a viable strategy for Week 1. I think my main lineup that I have so far, I think it has Hunter in it, if I'm not mistaken. It has like both rookie, like it has Ibuka and Pearsall. I don't know if it has Hunter as well. I think my receivers are London, Ibuka, and Pearsall. Yeah, I think that's what they are. Just because Ibuka and Pearsall are so cheap, they're like in the mid 4,000s. It's just too much value to pass up. But I do think that you could play those 3 together. I kind of view it as the Cincinnati situation where Burrow has Higgins and Jamar Chase, and then like he barely throws to anyone else. Like sometimes Gesicki will have a decent game, and sometimes Yushevis will have a good game, but like mostly it's just Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, and then some Chase Brown mixed in. And so I think you can see the same thing in Jacksonville this year.
Yeah, and I mean, I know I was kind of high on Carolina because they certainly did improve at the end of last season, but then at the end of the day, I mean, they still didn't win those games, even though they did cover. I don't know, on the road, and they lost Thielen. Not that like I always liked Adam Thielen, but his best days are behind him too, but it did take away some of that veteran leadership that they probably had on, with a young quarterback in Bryce Young, who, it looked like after a very shaky start, he was improving. So I don't know. Even if the Jaguars are -3.5, I might be interested in putting them on the card.
Yeah, that's my one hang up. That's the hang up that Evan and I had last night, and we still ended up putting them on the card eventually. So I'm definitely on board with Jacksonville 3.5. I think that that the move to 3.5 is like a sign of strength for that. Like if the sportsbooks were afraid of the sharps coming in on the Panthers a +3.5, the key number, then they would not have moved that to 3.5, but they did. And the sharps have not come on Carolina, so no surprise there. I've been calling Carolina like the hipster pick. There's people like it's like the trendy thing. It's like, oh, I'm taking Carolina as they were so good at the end of last year.
Yeah,
it's like no, well they didn't win those games.
Well, let me tell you. Remember, we like Carolina in a similar spot, and I believe a similar. No, I think they were +6, maybe, weren't they, against New Orleans last year in Week 1?
They're +4. I think they're.
Oh, were they? Okay, so similar line too, and we really liked them in that spot, and they just got run over. So, in the words of George W. Bush, fooled me once, shame on you. fool me twice. You're not going to fool me again.
I think he blundered that much worse. He's like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, fool me. You can't get fooled again.
No, I thought he said you're not going to fool me again. Do I have it wrong?
I think he said you can't.
Or maybe it was you can't fool me again.
He said you can't get fooled again. Like whatever.
I don't know. I gotta double check. Yeah, so I don't feel confident. After initially maybe considering them lightly, I really don't like Carolina in this spot for all those reasons. So yeah, I'll put the I want to hear what else you like, but definitely put the Jags in the maybe pile. It is 3.5 in the Circa. Yeah,
3.5 in the Circa, 3.5 everywhere.
Yeah. It doesn't really scare me away.
Yeah, it's a shame because a week earlier they were -3. So I don't know. Maybe this keeps people off the Jaguars, and we got fewer entries on that. So we'll see. So anyway, it is my turn to pick, and I would like to nominate Arizona here. Arizona is -6.5 in real life. They are -6.5 in the both contests. So I think Arizona is a team that just squashes just bad opponents. Like they played 8 games against I would call bad teams last year, and I would put the Rams in week 2. I counted last year because they didn't have Puka Nacua or Cooper Kupp. Like is Stafford just throwing to nobodies, and like that team was just a disaster. Or maybe it was the week 3 game. No, it was week 2. It was week 2 because the Rams got blown out by Arizona. So Arizona played 8 teams against they were bad last year. They went 7-1 in those games. The only game they lost was to Carolina. I think they had 2 divisional games after that. So it was just a complete look ahead. Like they just were a no show in that game. So this team just regularly crushes bad opponents and they lose to good teams. And we know the Saints are not a good team. The Saints are arguably the worst team in the NFL. They have no pass rush. They have no quarterback. I know you like Spencer the Silver Snake Rattler, but he's not good. He went 2-5 against the spread in his starts last year. One of his covers was against the Redskins, who fell asleep at the wheel after being up big. Like they're up 17. They shut it down early and they didn't cover at the end. And then the other cover that Spencer Rattler had was week 18 against Tampa, which I don't know, like Tampa did not play up to 100% in that game. I feel like they kind of thought they could mail it in and still win. I don't know. They just did not have a good game. So those were his 2 covers. He got blown out several times. So 2-5 against the spread, which like if having 5 spread losses when you're a big underdog, that's bad, you know? So I think Arizona should be able to win pretty easily. It is week 1 though. Like this is like, if I'm going to make a case against my pick here, it is week 1. We've seen weird things happen week 1 in the past. We saw Phillip Rivers at the Colts loses 8-point favorites in Jacksonville, and against the Jaguars team that never won again. You know, last year we saw the Bengals as 8-point favorites lose outright, or I think no, they were 10-point favorites lose outright to the stupid Patriots, who won only like 3 more games after that. So weird stuff happens week 1. Like the favorites aren't always going to play up to what they can, but I just think that there's a big disparity between these teams. And like I said, Arizona tends to sit on bad teams. So where do you come in on Arizona here? -6.5.
Yeah, I like them. And in fact, so I'm in 2 survivor pools. I took the Eagles in 1, which of course I had to sweat out a little bit. And then right now I've got the Cardinals locked in on my other one. I do like them. Yeah, Rattler, he does play hard, and like I always want to see him succeed. Like that's one thing. Like he never phones it in. I mean, obviously, why would he? He's trying to prove himself too. But right. I don't know. I just the Saints just always seem like they do something that we don't expect them to in week 1. Like remember, and I know these teams have nothing to do, completely different players and everything. But it's just always the Saints. Like I thought last year, the Panthers in week 1 was kind of a sneaky pick. I really liked it, and the Saints crushed them. Remember when they crushed Green Bay and Aaron Rodgers that year, and then Green Bay ended up being the 1 seed, I believe.
Yep.
So it's I don't know. I just and in New Orleans, I have this weird feeling I don't know if it's 6.5, that somehow they backdoor and only win by 6 or some bull, but I have no reason to support it. I really do like them. I think they're going to win. Like I said, I have them in my survivor, so I will consider them. I just, based on my hesitations are based on feel alone, just because I don't know, the Saints have burned, kind of burned us in a way in the past, but you could probably talk me into it if we don't find anything else, because I do like the Cardinals too, but slight hesitation.
All right, I will put it in the maybe pile. So we have through 5 games, we have 2 definites in the Giants and the Browns, and we 3 maybes in Steelers, Jaguars, and Cardinals. So what would you say? What would be your next pick?
I'm going to go with the Packers. As I've mentioned before, Detroit's got new coordinators on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. I love Green Bay's pick and Matt Golden. I'm really excited to see what he can do. I know I'm biased because I'm a Green Bay fan, but this team is deep. I was saying it all last year. They're deep at wide receiver and tight end. Their defense was, I believe, a very young defense. Now, I know they lost Jair Alexander, which is a big loss. They were 5th, I think, in defensive EPA last year, and now they have Micah Parsons. Now, I know that he is questionable, I believe, last I checked, with a back injury. So, but, I mean, obviously I'm going to like Green Bay more if Parsons plays and he's healthy. But I like Green Bay here long before Parsons ever was a thought in my brain. So I really like Green Bay here. So and if Parsons plays, all the better. But regardless, I like him whether he does or not.
Yeah, I like the Packers quite a bit. I mean, they have the preparation angle, like you mentioned, the 2 new coordinators for the Lions. Like that's pretty big. Like for week 1, this is like week 5. It's whatever. Week 1, they have to prepare for a team that's coached extremely well. I like Matt LaFleur a lot. So especially in like week 1, he tends to get his team up to play pretty well. Like I know he didn't cover last year, but he almost did against the Eagles. That's a pretty impressive result that he was able to hang with the Super Bowl champions. So you have the preparation angle for the Packers. You have a Detroit team that lost 2 main offensive linemen. Like losing Frank Ragnow, one of the best centers in the NFL, and then Kevin Zeitler, really good left guard. Like that's huge. I mean, those guys were awesome blockers from last year. The interior looks like a mess. It feels like the Packers should be able to take advantage of that. And yeah, the Packers, it sounds like Parsons is going to play. There are 3 injury question marks for the Packers in week 1. And we're going to have the injury report on the website. So we're going to have it tomorrow morning. So look out for that. But the 3 major injury question marks are Parsons. You have Jaden Reed. I don't expect them to play, but he's questionable. And then you have Nate Hobbs, the kind of like replacement for Jair Alexander. He's going to play the slot, but different. I mean, it's still a top corner. And Hobbs is pretty important too for being matched up against Amon-Ra St. Brown. But I mean, even if he doesn't play, I still like the Packers, but I obviously would want that. It's not ideal that he might be out, but either way, I do like the Packers. I plan on betting 3 units on them at the moment. Now, if Parsons and Hobbs are out, then I'm not gonna bet them as much. But at the moment, it's they're all questionable. They let me read you what they did on practice. So Hobbs was DMP limited, and Parsons was limited all 3 days. So I think there's a good chance at least one plays, but yeah, either way, I do like the Packers. I could definitely be on board for putting on the card.
Yeah, and obviously, expectations are high for Josh Jacobs again after he had a really great year last season, and you hear a lot of people are split. It seems at least on Jordan Love, whether they think he's good or whether they think he's not. I think his ceiling is high, but as I mentioned, I think Green Bay, while they're a younger team, they are deep. So like, I don't necessarily think that the fact that Aaron Rodgers came before him, I think like the expectation is like, okay, and Favre before that, like you're supposed to play at this level. Like, I don't know that he necessarily needs to like light it up like they often did. So, I think they're deep enough and their attack is kind of balanced enough now that it's almost like you don't even necessarily need to win it for us. Like, don't lose it for us.
Right.
But maybe that's a little extreme. But like, I think that the ceiling is high for him, and he's looked very good at times. And obviously as a fan, I hope I hope he does reach that ceiling. But some people are down on him, but maybe he doesn't need to be like that great either. So
Yeah.
I guess for me somehow like that factors into it too. So I really like he doesn't have to have an incredible game for Green Bay to win. I don't think.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, yeah, they have a really good roster, so I agree with that. We'll see. I mean, maybe they need him deep into the playoffs, but for this game, I certainly agree with you. So speaking of injuries, I think we need to talk about this. I want to see where you fall on this game.
Okay.
Because Evan and we talked about this one at length, and this almost made our card, but it didn't. So we have Niners are -1.5 in real life. In the contest, they are -2.5. So, it's not a huge deal. It shouldn't like keep you off of it, but at the same time, it's it's percentage points. So it's like 3%, I think that or maybe 2% that we lose out on this not getting the 2 there. But the big thing here is the main news, which is Christian McCaffrey's health. He has been downgraded every day in practice. Wednesday he was full, Thursday he was limited, Friday he was DMP, and like he kind of like they said he worked on the side. And I was texting Evan throughout the day, and he's like he's not playing. I'm like really? He's like, yeah, this is all for show. So I think if he plays, I would like the Niners. I think they're the better team. And I think they're better coached. I mean, they have a coach with more experience at the moment, at least now. And Seattle has it's not new coach, new quarterback, but it's like second-year coach, new quarterback, which is it's not like an auto fade or something. But I really don't like Sam Darnold. I think he stinks, and there's no Kevin O'Connell to bail him out. There's no Justin Jefferson here. It's going to be a lot worse for him. I think he's going to get benched eventually for Jalen Milroe. So I think the Niners are a better team, especially McCaffrey there. McCaffrey just fixes the red zone issues. That was the problem for them last year. Like they couldn't score in the red zone. They'd always have to settle for field goals. But with McCaffrey, he can just turn those short dump offs into 12-yard touchdowns. He's just so much more effective down there. But if he's out, suddenly, this does not look as good. So I don't know if I'd ever be on Seattle here. But if I were to hear McCaffrey plays, I think tomorrow afternoon, they're like, oh, McCaffrey's definitely going to play. I think the Niners are a little interesting. What do you think about this game?
I don't like the Niners at all.
Really? Why?
I hate that stupid team.
Yeah, but
what are you what are you excited about on the Niners? Brock Purdy? Come on, this guy's going to be like Joe Flacco, man. I mean, he'll be decent. I cannot. I know I'm biased. I'm sorry to go on a rant. I can't get excited about this 49ers team. And I know they have an easy schedule, but I don't know. I'm having second thoughts about them. I thought that they would maybe win a lot of games. They have the easiest schedule, strength of schedule there in the league, if I'm not mistaken.
By far, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. I don't think this is an easy win for them, especially +2.5. This has 16-14 written all over it to me for some reason. I don't know. The 49ers seem too easy here. I think I'm imagine a lot of the money's on them, but especially the way the line, because I think that line wasn't it 1.5 at one point, or
it was. Well, it's gone down from 2.5 to 1.5. No, it's actually even money on both teams.
Yeah, I have them on one of my bookie contest cards at +2 either plus, is it 2 or 2.5? I locked it in, but yeah, I'm taking them on one of my cards.
You're taking Seattle. To be clear, Seattle.
Yeah, I'm taking Seattle on one. I have 5 cards on the my bookie, so also to diversify. And I do think they have a chance. I think this is going to be a close game. I don't know. I just, especially with McCaffrey, you never know what you're going to get. Obviously, when he's healthy, he's one of the best in the league. But it's I especially with the report today, I just don't feel confident. Don't feel excited about the 49ers. It's Seattle or nothing for me here.
Okay. Well, that's interesting. Why I called Seattle another hipster pick. So maybe,
look at me. I'm a hipster. Yeah. I'll dress the part next time.
You're going to be writing poems in Starbucks.
Yeah, exactly. Open mic.
By the way, I was I thought I was wearing my money laundering shirt. When I went into Starbucks today, actually have this stupid thing. I hate coffee, but my wife wanted a pumpkin spice latte, so she's like, so I got one for her after the gym, and so I went in. I was wearing my money laundering shirt. I thought like for sure that the weirdos in Starbucks would just give me weird looks. But like I walked in, there were 3 people behind the counter. There was actually no customers. I don't know why. There were 3 people on the counter. Like one was a girl with a nose ring, you know, one of the stupid bull nose rings in her nose. I don't know, those septum things. This is stupid. Another guy was like this weird guy with a lisp, and then the third one's like this attractive blonde. I walked in, and like the blonde's like, "I love your shirt," and then like the girl with the bull nose ring is like, "Whoa, that's so cool." I'm like, "Wow, I didn't expect this." I don't think they got the colors. I don't think they thought what this color scheme meant, you know, because like, you know, that sort of hipster people, they're all for Ukraine and whatnot. But I don't know. I thought that was fun. And I told you when I was walking around Las Vegas, people were like high-fiving me with like, yeah, I'm on their laundry. Yeah. Like I swear you guys should buy this shirt and just get their reactions. It's so good.
I'm so glad to hear you're making new friends.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like,
yeah, man.
Yeah, where was this when I was single? Like girls coming to me, like, I love your shirt. Never happened. Girls would never talk to me ever before when I was single. Like never. Anyway, Kimmy Gill says Walt Milrow is the worst passer than Richardson. I'll bet against the Seahawks every game he starts. I will too. I didn't say Milrow's good. No, he can run, so he'll do some exciting stuff, but he's not accurate at all. And so, I think Seattle will be a good fade. I think Seattle's a good fade anyway. Like the whole point of me talking about Starbucks is the hipster thing. To me, it's like, oh, Sam Darnold was so good last year. I really want to bet him now. Now this is Seattle. Man, I don't know. I think he sucks. You're talking like Brock Purdy, and I laugh because you're like, oh, what do they have, Brock Purdy? I'm like, well, he's a lot better than Darnold, you know.
Be that as it may, I'm still not excited about him. I think Darnold could be fine. I think he'll be fine. I'm just not. I think he's best. My point is, I think Purdy's overrated. Is what I'm trying to get at.
Okay. I think Darnold will be benched by November. Maybe no, I'll say by December. I think there's a decent chance by November, but I think they go to Milrow by December.
Okay.
So I actually drafted him in the 20th round of some best ball drafts, just in case. So
okay, well we'll see. We'll see.
All right. Well, I brought up the Niners and I was rejected. Like I was in middle school, asking Rachel or whatever to dance to me. It's like,
I'm sorry. I know it's not easy. It's part of life.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a tricky one here. Can I interest you in the Ravens at all? I don't know. I remember at the end of the after that game last year, like maybe a week around the conference championship games, I was scrolling like Instagram or something, and I was, I don't know, sitting in the Chipotle drive-through, and I saw that.
Why? Chipotle is disgusting.
Oh no, I like Chipotle.
Ugh, it's terrible. So bland.
Yeah, well, I can barely taste and smell.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Yeah, just let me be happy,
Fine, fair enough.
Yeah, and I was sitting in the Chipotle drive-thru, and it was like, and Mark Andrews had made a post, like, it was just like this very like heartfelt, like, I'll be back, like, and in that moment, I was like, I should bet the Ravens to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
I don't know. There was like something, this is again just based on feel, so put whatever stock in that you will, but it's like, I don't know. In that moment, like, I just felt like I really think like Andrews is going to be on like he's a player I've always really liked.
Yeah,
and he's a great tight end, of course. So I don't know. I think I don't know. I think they'll win. I think they're going to win. So I'm not. It's not a game that I really liked initially, but now I'm kind of thinking about it, and I like the Ravens in this spot.
Yeah, John bringing up interesting line move to the Ravens.
Yeah.
It was Ravens are +1.5, now they're -1.5. That's a good sign. Sharp money is on Baltimore. This is sharp money. This is not public money moving this. The sharps are all over Baltimore. I'm with you. I picked Baltimore to win the Super Bowl on the site. I picked the Ravens over Eagles. Now I'm not so sure about the Eagles after last night. Look, or 2 nights ago, I think, or now, like now it's past midnight. I think definitely the Ravens have a great chance here. Now, I like the Bills too, but you have Shakir, who's going to play somehow off the high ankle sprain. I don't know if he's 100%. And I think they have one other injury too, if I'm not mistaken. Buffalo has they have a couple of corners who are out. Hairston's out. He's on IR. Trey Davis-White's out. And so you have like multiple starters, potential starters at least, at corner being out for Buffalo. And I kind of like wonder what else they have at the position. Obviously they have Benford and Taron Johnson, but like the opposite start, like outside corner, is going to be either Dorian Strong as a 6th-round rookie or Jamarcus Ingram, who like I've never heard of. So that could be a big liability. It's just the Bills missing 2 cornerbacks. I think that the Ravens are very interesting. Travis, Maxwell Harrison's out too. Like that's like that makes the Ravens more interesting. I think maybe that's why the Sharps are moving this suddenly. But I do love the Andrews angle. I will be betting him to score a touchdown in this game. I think the Ravens are a little bit better than the Bills. It feels like they should be able to run a Buffalo. And I mean, yeah, look, they could have easily swept that last year. Like I bet the Bills in the second game. And if Andrews doesn't fumble twice, or if he catches that 2-point conversion, there's a decent chance the Ravens win. And I think Baltimore with the upgrades they made to the secondary this offseason, getting Jair Alexander and Chidobe Awuzie and then Malachi Starks in the draft, that just makes they turned a weakness into a strength. That's very difficult to do, and they're already a great team. Like that was their one weakness last year, and that's why I didn't have them as an A-grade team, just because they had a major liability in the secondary. But now that liability seems like a strength to me. So, like, what's their weakness? I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the durability of Lamar Jackson or Derrick Henry. Like maybe they get hurt because like Henry's 31 and Jackson runs around a lot. Like that could derail them. But right now, I think you can make the argument that they're the best team in the league. I'm on board with the Ravens. I'm slowly but surely considering them for my card as well.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like this is like one of those games where it's expected, obviously, given the line, that it's supposed to be really close, and then like one of the teams like wins in a blowout. And I think the better chance of that happening, or the team doing that, is Baltimore.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I don't know. It really has that feel.
Mm-hmm.
I'd captain Mark Andrews in the showdown.
I like it.
Yeah.
I think he has a big game. I haven't done my showdown lineup for that yet, but I do think that's a good one.
Yeah, probably a popular angle, I'm sure.
Maybe, but I mean, look, it makes sense. Isaiah Likely's out.
Yeah.
I think it's a good call.
Yeah, I have a good feeling there.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll consider it. What else do you have?
Well, what haven't we talked about? So we let's scroll down the games here. So we talked about Steelers Jets. We briefly touched on Dolphins Colts. I don't have any play there. Panthers Jaguars we discussed Giants Redskins and Bengals Browns. Okay, so Raiders Patriots is 1 we haven't talked about yet. Buccaneers Falcons is 2.
Mm-hmm.
Titans Broncos is 3. Texans Rams is 4, and then we have Vikings Bears 5. So there are 5 games we didn't touch on yet. Of those 5, I think Falcons plus 1.5 is the best one here. It is what is in the contest. It's plus 2. So it's like the opposite of that the Niners Seahawks game, where like you get a little edge here with the 2 here for Atlanta. I think these teams are about even. And like suddenly there's this angle that Vita Vea may not play. I think he will play. But he was DMP full, so that's a good sign for him to play, that he's full on Friday. But I've seen that happen before, where someone was like DMP full and then they didn't play. So it's like a slight chance that he doesn't play. Even if he does, though, I think these teams are about even. I have them right next to each other in my power rankings. And I think Atlanta can certainly win this one. They swept Tampa last year. Now Tampa has a new offensive coordinator. They're missing some players, like Godwin's out. I know that I love Ibuka, but still, like Godwin's out, McMillan's out. So like they have Evans and Ibuka, but like nothing else after that at receiver. they're not going to have their tackle, but it's Atlanta's same thing. And then, Vita Vea adds like another wrench into that equation. But I like getting the points here. I feel like Atlanta should be -1.5 or -2. But like it's like the slimmest of margins. It's not like insane value, but it is some value. So I like Atlanta here. It's not like one of my favorite picks, but I'm kind of curious if you like them because I think you liked them before. I just don't know if you still feel the same way about them.
Yeah, I still like them a good bit. Wirfs is out for the Bucks. That's a really big loss, of course.
Yeah, same with Gary for the Falcons. It's the exact same position. I know one's right tackle, but Penix is left-handed, so that's his blind side.
Yeah. But I'm a big fan of Michael Penix. I think his ceiling is very, very high, higher than people realize. Obviously, we have high expectations for Bijan Robinson. I like Algier out of the backfield too. Mooney's hurt right now, isn't he? Did I read that?
Actually, he's questionable. He's limited all week, so there's a chance he could play.
Yeah, they have a solid receiving core too. Like Mooney had a nice season last year. Of course, Drake London and even Ray McLeod. Pitts, though he never replicated that 1,000-yard rookie season,
But he did play well against Tampa last year. Like he had like two of his like three best games, I think, were against Tampa, who like that they couldn't cover tight ends last year.
Yeah, I feel like the Falcons are too easy though. That's my hesitation.
You think they're too ezy?
Yeah, I think this is an easy pick. I don't know. And I'm not anti-Tampa. Like I'm a big Baker Mayfield fan. I always have been. I just, I think they'll probably have a decent team too. All signs point to the division being between those two teams here, but I don't know. I really like the Falcons in this spot. I think people are don't realize how good Penix is going to be, and as you know, he's my guy. So
he's my guy, he's my buddy, he's my friend.
I just think I'm nervous. I'm walking into a trap because to me that seems really easy.
Well, the Sharps are in Atlanta. Like there's not that much public money here. Like it's not like a game that the public is dying to bet, but it is the sharp money is moving the spread down a little bit. So I don't see this as being too easy. If this are +3 and it was so shady, then yeah, maybe. But I think the consensus is that Tampa's the better team. They've won the division 5 years in a row now.
See, I don't think that. I think Atlanta's a better team.
That's because you think differently. Like you're like most people don't think that way. So why you say it's like too easy, but it's not like the consensus amongst the most public,
Yeah. I don't know. I really like Atlanta here. That's my only hesitation, but sounds like maybe I'm in the minority then.
The only hesitation is that it seems too easy. I don't think it should play a factor here.
Okay.
It's not like the public's not pounding this team. It's not like 80-20. Like it's not like I think maybe Dolphins might seem too easy. It's like at least for the public, Dolphins seems too easy. Lions seem too easy. Those are the two public sides this week. Like it's not Falcons.
All right. Okay. Well, that makes that makes me feel better then because I really like him. I've kind of had my eye on this for a little while too.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't have it's not like in the realm of the Y2K selection, but I've had my eye on this for a little bit. More often than not, I think that works out for me. I'm good to put it on there if you want it.
Yeah. For sure.
Okay.
Fade the public. Yeah, look, sometimes the public's right, but most of the time, not most. Like I'd say 55-45 public loses. It's not like if you just fade the public, you're going to make a lot of money. That's not how it works. It's like if you got the vig, if you got the 10% instead of losing the 10%, you would make the money there. But that's the main advantage the sportsbooks have. Actually, I heard some professional bettor talking. I forget who it was, but he said that sportsbooks make like a 5% handle on sides, but they make like a 30% handle on parlays. But that is public as well. Like they're doing those parlays.
Right. Yeah, you're telling me about that.
Oh yeah, I think I remember mentioning that to someone. I didn't know if it was you, but yeah. So anyway, my hesitation is I'm not sure about Penix. Well, he is better than what Cousins was last year. and the Falcons almost won the division last year. Cousins was awful last year. Like it's a decent start here and there. Like he beat the Eagles, but like I think he aggravated his Achilles, and he just stopped. He just like wouldn't stop throwing interceptions. He was horrible. And then Penix came in and was decent. Yeah, they have some tape on him now. Look, that's true, but he also has experience too. So, and it's not that much tape. It's like 3 games, So, I don't know. I don't think necessarily means that you should fade him. I'd feel more comfortable with him than Cousins right now.
As would I.
Yeah, so I don't see that as a big deal, and if that maybe that's why they're underdogs, and so if that's the case, then I'm more than happy to go with Atlanta here with the points.
Do you think if this was last year and Kirk Cousins was starting, or do you think let's say the Kirk Cousins that we expected to get last year was starting this game? Do you think they would still be +2?
No, because people know Cousins.
People don't be favored.
Yeah, I think they'd be favored by what I think they should be, like -1.5.
Okay. Well, that makes me feel even better. Let's put them on there.
Oh, it's put on the card. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm down.
Okay. All right. So we have 4 definites, and we have 4 maybes. Our definites are Giants, Browns, Packers, Falcons, and our maybes are Steelers, Jaguars, Cardinals, Ravens. So of those 4, we have to pick one. And I would bet Atlanta if they had no O-line injuries, raises doubts. Well, they only have one injury, right? It's to right tackle. I know their backup's out too, but it's still only one position. And they're playing their 3rd stringer. It's Elijah Wilkerson. Like he's not good, but he at least has some experience. I'm not like if they had multiple injuries, I think like once they get multiple injuries, that might be pretty painful for them. But if it's only one spot, I think they're okay. Like the rest of their starters are fine, So I don't really have an issue with it. Like then they have some really good players outside of that on the line. It'd be different if like the rest of the line sucked and they only had McGarry, but that's not the case. If Penix is lefty, yeah, I know, but the Bucs, they don't have their blindside guy either. I feel like it's a wash. It's the same thing. And I would argue Atlanta has a better pass rush potentially. That week 12 onward last year when they came off the bye, like their pass rush really improved. And then they spent 2 first-round picks on pass rushers. Whereas like to be fair, the Buccaneers signed Jason. I almost said Jason Pierre-Paul. They signed Hassan Reddick. I don't know where Jason Pierre-Paul came from. They signed Hassan Reddick. But he did nothing last year, so I'm not sure if they're going to get much out of him, but we'll see. I don't know. Maybe he has a rebound year, but I think either way, both teams have that same situation with the blindside guys out. So, okay. Well, anyway, so we have,
what about, we didn't talk about Titans and Broncos.
Yeah, so thoughts on Jaguars double stack. We actually talked about that. We actually mentioned that Stone Papa. Tom brought that up. I like it. I think you can definitely do it. And it's a good matchup too. I think it's a good stacking piece this week. All right, so there are 4 games we didn't talk about. You just brought up Titans Broncos. Do you have any? Do you like that side? I can't figure this game out. What do you like here?
I really can't either. I'm a little bit okay. I'll tell you, I like Broncos first half, especially play I don't know, like your first ever NFL start. Denver is a tough place to play with the elevation and whatnot. The thing about Denver, it's I really like this team. As you know, I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of Bo Nix, of course. And they made the playoffs last year, exceeded expectations, and now expectations are even higher this year. Mm-hmm. I think they win this game, but I don't know. I could see a backdoor cover. I feel like they're overrated. Like people think they're going to be I think they'll win. I don't know, maybe 9 games. I don't think they're going to be as good as people think.
Okay.
So, but I'm hesitant with Tennessee. I don't have a lot of faith in Tennessee either. Especially, how's Cam Ward going to do? Especially, I feel like that's probably the toughest place you could start your career. And Denver's probably one of the toughest places to play if there were a home field advantage. I know you don't feel too strongly about those, but also, I have my doubts with Denver because they don't have little Jordan Humphrey anymore. Don't forget.
Well, maybe we should bet the team that has little Jordan Humphrey then.
Oh yeah, the Giants, right?
The Giants, yeah. Maybe we parlay Russell Wilson MVP, Giants Super Bowl, and Little Jordan Humphrey to an offensive player of the year. But you obviously get what odds do you think you get for that? Like
a trillion to one, probably.
Yeah, 5 million to one or something. Like,
that'd be awesome. I'll take it. I'll throw $1 on
right,
it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, what is this? What are we seeing it? Is it like 8? I've seen 8.5. So I've seen 8. I see it move around. Looks like it says 7.5 there.
That's the open. That's the open. That's the open. It's 8.5 across the board, except for Fanatics, or as some people call it, Scamatics. Looks like in the contest it is also 8.5. So no edge there. I think there's potential for backdoor cover. There's this horrible stat for Sean Payton. He's 3-18-1 against the spread in weeks 1 and 2 since he came off suspension for Bountygate. So I don't know what to make of that. Like it's something that like I don't want to bet the other side just because of it, but it's something where I don't want to stand in front of it. Like, like it's like standing on train tracks. You're like, oh, like maybe I won't get hit by a train, but like, why would you stand in front of the train?
That's a good analogy.
Yeah. So I think the Denver is a complete avoid until week 3, and then we know Sean Payton coaches well week 3 onward. But first 2 weeks of the season, for some reason he sinks, and it's not just like loses like close games. Like he twice in New Orleans, he lost as a double digit favorite at home against Tampa, like a bad Tampa teams. Like this pre-Tom Brady, obviously. Like one year is like Ryan Fitzpatrick was the quarterback. He was favored by 10 both times and lost outright. It's 10-point favorite. So this is a smaller number than that. So yeah, I mean, look, can Cam Ward come into Denver and win? I don't know, maybe, but like it's gonna be tough. Like I think Tennessee's defense stinks. I like their offense. So maybe that means that they go down early and then they come back. And then they get a backdoor cover in the fourth quarter. I could see that happening. But I think that goes to what you said about taking Denver in the first half. I think that's pretty smart. Yeah, I think that's pretty smart. If you're going to pick something to bet in this game, I think that's what I would do. But yeah, I mean, we don't have the option to pick first half lines.
Right.
So this is not a game I even consider for any of my cards.
Okay.
Or Survivor for that matter.
Yeah. Oh, really? Because I remember we were considering Denver before.
No, I wrote it up. I do that thing where I plan 9 weeks in advance.
Yeah.
Week 7 looks very rough for like there are not a lot of favorites. Like I think like the only viable choices are Broncos and Chargers, and then you have maybe the Bears as well. But like those are like you only have like 3 choices, and like who knows? Like maybe 1 or 2 of those teams have injured quarterbacks, and you could be stuck with like only one option. So I think that you should probably say Denver, and I think like this week you have 2 choices that you probably can't take a lot for the rest of the year. You have Arizona and you have Jacksonville. And I think that you could I would take one of them or the Eagles if you want to be safer with the Eagles. So it would be one of those 3 teams. So yeah, I mean, I'm not interested in this on the card. It doesn't sound like you are either.
No, I'm not. So
okay, we have like 3 games we're going to talk about that. We can breeze through them if we don't like them. Raiders, Patriots.
I'm inclined to take the Patriots, but I don't have a strong feeling either way there, really.
Yeah, a couple of injury notes here for the Patriots. Their top cornerback Christian Gonzalez is out, and the number 4 pick Will Campbell, who we got tipped by Charlie that he would be the pick. He is questionable for this game. I think he let me pull this up. He was downgraded every day. No, he was downgraded once. He was full limited. So there's a chance he misses this game, and I figure that like even if he plays and is not 100%, like he has to go against Crosby as not 100%. That sounds bad news for the Patriots. So I would take the Raiders if I had to, but luckily we don't have to. We don't have to bet all these games.
Yeah, I do kind of like the Patriots here. I think I heard Evan saying on the show the other day that they weren't favored in any games last year. So
yeah, that's crazy.
I have hesitation there, just because, they haven't been favored in a while. How are they going to, perform as a favorite? I don't know. I do have higher expectations for them. I do think Drake May could be decent, but there's easier games, so I'm not really interested here.
Okay, and there might be one more. Let's see.
Oh yeah, we didn't do Texans, Rams, and we didn't do Vikings.
Yeah. Texans, Rams. We don't know Stafford's status, and I keep bringing up the Rams' horrible reporters, and I maybe should do that again. The Rams beat reporters are awful. They don't cover the team. Like I went on Jordan Rodriguez. I keep like singling her out. But I'd feel bad about it, but she blocked me a long time ago. I don't even know why. I don't think I ever even talked to her, and she blocked me. But I know she covers the Rams for the Athletics, so it kind of stands out. I went on her Twitter feed because like you can't really get blocked on Twitter because it's the dumbest thing in the world. Like you could just log out and look at their Twitter feed. It's just that easy. And so I was like, let's see if she said anything about Stafford. And I looked at her entire Twitter feed in the past 24 hours. She didn't mention the Rams at all. She covers the Rams. She didn't even mention the Rams. She had one tweet. To be fair, she had one tweet, which was a quote from McVay, and she said, "We expect all our players to play." It's like, okay, great,
nice update.
Yeah. And she spent like time talking about like the Eagles and like or she retweeted something that like her friend said or something, and she didn't cover the Rams at all. I'm like, aren't you the beat writer for the Rams? Like, why aren't you covering this team? Why aren't you covering this team? And no one covers. I feel like the Rams don't have anyone covering them. So I wanted an update on Stafford, like how's his back doing? Like, yeah, he's practicing fully, but like, does he look good in practice? Is he limping around? Is he look like he's favoring one side of his back? As someone with back issues, I know that feeling. But like, we have no updates, nothing. Apparently he's fine. I don't know. So we don't know what's going to happen here. I know Evan likes the Texans because they have a great defense, but Houston has the worst offensive line in the NFL. I think the big edge here is the Rams pass rush against Houston's awful defensive line. But if like Stafford's not healthy, I just don't want to back like a lame horse, So I can't get to this game right now. If like Stafford lights up the Texans and looks great, then I think we can be on board with taking the Rams going forward. But this is kind of like wait and see for me. Do you have like anything on this game?
Not really. Initially, I was, because at one point I had Rams -2.5 locked in on our MyBookie card.
Yeah,
but then it didn't seem like either of us really were interested in it. I think that's going to be the case here. I don't know. I mean, I just can't imagine a scenario where Stafford is going to be like 100%. So it's just too many question marks for me for both sides. So I'll probably stay away from this. Initially I thought the Rams, but if I had to make a pick, I'd say the Texans. But I don't think I'm going to take anything on this one.
Okay. Thinking Strange / Thomas fading Hunter for high ownership. I mean, look, you can do any sorts of combination. You could fade Thomas and go Hunter Strange. I think that's even going to be less owned. I mean, obviously Thomas has a better chance, but Hunter and Strange are cheaper, and you'll be able to do other stuff with your salary. And I don't think you really need a salary this week. I feel like a lot of the good players are underpriced, and and some of the higher players I really don't have an interest in. So I don't think you really need a safe salary. It's just basically what I'm saying. It's kind of like it's not going to be like that every week. But like some of the rookies just way on the price, like Ibuka, Pearsall, they're in the mid 4,000s. Like they should be close to 6K. Like they're just way on the price. Like it's because DraftKings, they open their contests like at the beginning of August, and so they didn't have any of these updates throughout the summer. So yeah, you have definitely a lot of options this week. It would be nice if they got Pacheco a little bit more involved since he's on a contract here. I actually had some guy on Facebook today go like, "Hey, I told you Kareem Hunt was going to take Pacheco's job." I'm like, did that happen? Like, was I watching a different game where that happened? I know that like Hunt was involved more, but Pacheco started. They actually had the same number of touches. But did you get the sense that Hunt took Pacheco's job?
Certainly not. Yeah.
No. But I mean, Pacheco is better than Hunt. I don't like they're using Hunt too much. That's I would say I think that's true. What Mr. Magic's saying. To say what game is that? I think is that the Patriots Raiders or Texans Rams, John? I'm not sure. I think I would say they're both stay away games. And then all right, we had the Monday game. Andy and I disagreed on this one. Andy loves the Bears. I like the Vikings. I don't love the Vikings. But I mean, McCarthy is an unknown, and I wish he had some experience under his belt. It's kind of like Paddocks, like in a way, but instead, like we're laying points on the road instead of getting points at home. And you also had the Ben Johnson factor where he could just be like a brilliant head coach or something. Like we just don't know. Like he could be awesome, but I think more likely than not, like you have a guy coaching a team for the first time. It's a big ask, and like Caleb Williams is not a new quarterback, but he is second-year quarterback who has to like unlearn a lot of the things he learned last year, if he even learned anything. He was just so bad. He was just so bad last year that like. It just feels like this is going to take a while, or at least maybe half a season. It's just like if Ben Johnson turns Caleb Williams around right away, I mean, just build a statue of him like already, So I don't know. I think that I like the Vikings. I love Kevin O'Connell. I think the Vikings have one of the best rosters in the NFL. And by the way, TJ Edwards, who's a pretty good linebacker for the Bears. Looks like he's going to be out. I know that they have still one more day of practice, but he hasn't practiced at all yet with a hamstring, so he could be missing this game. So, and I think the big edge in this game is Minnesota's offensive line against Chicago's defensive line. Minnesota added 3 new pieces to the line, and Chicago has a pretty undersized defensive front. So I think they should be able to like push the Bears around. And what John's saying, I completely agree with. Flores could be a headache for Williams. Yeah, it just seems like a big mismatch. Like I love like great defensive coordinators against like young quarterbacks or rookie quarterbacks, or in this case, like Caleb Williams is a young second-year quarterback. So, yeah, I think the Vikings are a good play. They don't have to be on the card. I don't even know if they're going to be in my card, but I'm going to be betting them. What do you think about this game?
Oh, wow. I'm on the opposite side. I don't have a strong feeling, but I like the Bears here. This line seems weird.
You and Andy
yeah,
together.
Yeah, I know. I just think like, I don't know. I mean, this is another one I'm probably going to stay away from, but JJ McCarthy, I can't, he's never played. Yeah. Like maybe you like his chances because, even Sam Darnold looked good in on that Vikings system, but like
every quarterback has looked great. Joshua Dobbs looked great.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, and not that Sam Darnold was even good before that in his days with the Jets and whatnot, but like at least he played in the league for like several years already. Right. Like that's kind of my hesitation there with him. Like it could be anything. Like maybe he is great, but I don't know. And then on the other side, like I don't know. I feel like they really want you to. I feel like Vegas wants you to take the Vikings here. I don't know. To me, I probably won't touch it. Yeah, I don't know why I feel that way, but
I want to see what the money is. Let's see. That's slightly in on Bears.
Really?
The money, yeah, but it's not. It's like 55%.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna touch that game. But
okay, all right. Well, no need to dwell on games where we disagree or don't have strong opinions on. So what it comes down to right now is that we have 4 definites and we have 4 maybes. So to recap, definites are the Giants, the Browns, the Packers, and the Falcons. And the maybes are the Steelers, the Jaguars, the Cardinals, or the Ravens. Of those 4 maybes, do you feel stronger on one of them than the others, or are you like split on 2? How do you feel about the maybes?
I feel like the Jaguars and Ravens are kind of coming, the 2 that are probably the finalists here for the last spot for me.
Okay.
I don't know, like the Jags, the 3.5 doesn't scare me here. It really doesn't, but at the same time, I keep thinking, going back to what I was saying, like if this Ravens-Bills game, like I don't know, sometimes when these 2 teams get together, I really think the Ravens are going to come out swinging this year. Like, So, and if one of these teams were to win in a blowout, I think it would be Baltimore. So I'm kind of torn between those two.
Yeah, I am too. I think I'm gonna have Steelers on my card, so we don't really need them. So let me move them to the doubtful pile, and then Arizona, same thing. Arizona's gonna be in my card, so we don't really need them. And
I do like Arizona, but I need to see them play a little bit better before they win by 7 or more on the road. I guess I don't know. Even though I think they probably will, but
I think my card is gonna be Giants, Browns, Steelers, Cardinals, and then one of Baltimore, Jacksonville. So I don't need Steelers, Cardinals on our card. And so I guess I'm deciding between Baltimore and Jacksonville, and I think I like Jacksonville a little bit more. But I'm not quite. But I'm not quite sure yet. I might change my mind. Okay. So like, I don't want that to be like the factor, you know. Evan asked me a question yesterday because I expressed concern about the -3.5, and he asked, "Would you feel better about this game if this were 4?" And I was like, "Yeah, a little bit," because you know the line would actually move to 4, and it's more of a bullish indicator for the Jaguars. But still, like the 3 to 3.5 was definitely a bullish indicator. You know, like I said before, the sharps, the books are not afraid of the sharps taking Panthers, and they haven't done that. So I think it's like an indicator that the Jaguars are the right side here. So, but then again, we had Ravens going from underdog to favorite, which is again that's also a bullish indicator, and the sharps are on Baltimore. So it feels like these are two sharp sides. I don't think we can go wrong with them. And famous last words, knock on wood, but. I think both cover, and we just might be wasting our time deciding this because like they're both right sides, you know. So I don't know what you really don't have a lean here as to which one you like more.
Well, I mean, I don't know, the Ravens. Man, I could really see the Ravens winning big here for some reason, even though I like the Bills. As you know, for those of you who don't know, I have the Bills at 40-1 to win the Super Bowl. During the NBA and NHL playoffs, I put a 3-team parlay together, and it was shy on the Thunder over like 31.5 points, I think. The Carolina Hurricanes to win, and then the third leg is the Buffalo Bills to win the Super Bowl. So I'm at $5 to win 200. So I like the Bills, of course.
You're like that guy that the DraftKings kept talking about who bet all those champions.
Oh yeah, exactly.
They're gonna talk about you next.
I'll be a god among men. Yeah, of course.
Is Tom gonna cash out here?
Yeah, for my $5 bet. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But it's nice to have that, just
yeah.
You know, as opposed to they're probably like 6 or 7-1 at this point, but
yeah, they're 6.5 or so.
Yeah. I really like the Bills this year, of course, but I don't know. I feel like the Ravens are going to come out swinging. So but I like the Jags too because it's like we're going to like who's going to have the better chance of just like coming out and playing just like a terrible game? The Panthers, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. No.
So, and even though the Jags aren't nearly as good as the Ravens, I mean, they have talent on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, it's just much more likely, like it's much more likely that the Bills are going to like come in and crush the Ravens than like the Panthers would do that to the Jaguars. I think maybe I'm wrong, but so we can make the Jags the 5th one. So we got Giants, Browns, Packers, Falcons, Jags.
Yeah. I mean, well, look, we have until this is Circa's different a timestamp for submissions. So last year with the Westgate, we had till 6 o'clock to make our final decision. With the Circus until 3 o'clock. So not that like anything really happened in those 3 hours, but still something to keep in mind for that. But yeah, look, I mean, yeah, Giants, Browns, Packers, Falcons, Jaguars. That seems like a good card to me. I mean, they're all I think good sides. We have a couple of sizable underdogs. We have a home favorite where we're fading the public. We have a short underdog, and then we're fading the hipster picks. So
the hipster picks, yeah, I love that.
Exactly. So
okay, awesome.
All right. Yeah,
Hey,
I like it. Yeah, go ahead.
have you seen? Okay, so can we get on other topics now, or do you want to get into anything else?
Yeah, I think I mean, we've kind of exhausted everything.
Yeah. I mean, no, that's I like the card. I like the card.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
man, I hope. Well, I'm glad we didn't, because I would have, if anything, would have taken the Eagles and the Chiefs if we submitted the card early. So certainly
yeah.
glad we maybe we avoided disaster there.
Yeah. Evan and I weren't as fortunate because we took the Chiefs.
Oh no, did you? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I said that
Okay,
earlier in
well,
the show.
oh yeah, duh. Sorry, I'm only a body like this. You don't get the brains with it.
Thanks for paying attention to me, Tom. You never pay attention to me.
Yeah, I got you the cowboy hat for your birthday.
I know. Thank you.
I'm
It's nice.
joking.
I need to cut this. I need to cut this tag off. It was bothering me. I'll have to cut it off.
Well, yeah. I mean, we'll see how this card goes. I don't know. We have a couple sneaky picks. I really like the Giants, especially.
Mm-hmm.
I really like the Giants, especially. I mean, Browns too, and I know you obviously do, but yeah. Do you ever parlay all 5 of your super contest picks? You do it every week?
No, I do a hedge, a parlay. I parlay all 5 against myself, not for a lot, just in case like disaster strikes. And it never, and like it's the worst feeling when you go 1-4 and you're like, well, at least at 0-5 I would have hit the parlay, but no. Yeah, I mean it's like, I trade stocks a lot, so it's kind of like, like a protective put on your shares, which I think that it's not that's a strategy like a lot of people I'm sure don't do. Like I'm basically, if you're really into a stock, and you have a ton of shares, like might be a good idea to buy a long-term put against it, just so if the company does an offering or if like something crazy happens, at least like you can make some of your money back. So it's kind of like how I view that. But actually I think I'm gonna update my stocks page for the first time in a while.
Oh wow.
And it's weird. It was top stocks to buy. This is gonna be like top stocks to short, basically. Just to buy puts, not short sell specifically, but to buy puts on them. I've been really looking into like a lot of companies that just are a mess financially. Like there's this one company, I forget what the ticker is, but they have like $1 million in cash and they have like 500 million in debt, and then they just did a conference call for their earnings, and the CEO was like, "Yeah, we need money." Like, all right, well, what do you think is going to happen? Offering maybe, or maybe they get a loan and increase their debt. Either way, that's not good for them. Let me look. That's not financial advice. I'm actually going to pull up the ticker now, but it's like SHPW, I think. I'm gonna have like 3 or 4 of them where like these companies have like no money and like they have serious debt. SPWH. Let me pull this up real fast, not to turn this into like a financial show, but this company, SPWH, Sportsman's Warehouse Holdings. Their stock went up 12% off bad earnings somehow. I think this is like a pump and up because like they're trying to raise the stock price so they can do a better offering. So they lose like about 21 million a quarter. And their balance sheet is awful. They have so this is as of May. They had 3.5 million in cash and 714 million in debt, but now they only have like 1.2 million in cash. And like I said, their CEO said they need money. So so I think like puts on this, like the puts are cheap too. The puts are like really cheap. They're like $30 for like a $2.50 put or something. Or I can't remember exactly what they are, but they're pretty cheap. This is for like January, like long term. So anyway, that's I'm gonna have that on the site, just like 4 companies or so. Another one is EOSE. Real quick, let me show you this one. This disaster. EOS Energy Enterprises. They actually I found out about this because they registered for a reverse split. I don't know I think it's like 1 for 10 or something. So they plan on doing a reverse split, which means they plan on diluting. And if they need to dilute, because look at this, like net income negative 28 million, negative 342 million, negative 268 million. They actually made money here, 15 million, then negative 222 million. So they lose about 200 million per quarter, and their balance sheet is they have 120 million in cash, they have 931 million in debt. So this company stinks. They're going to dilute the crap out of their investors. So, so yeah, this I'm going to list like 4 companies like this and buy puts in them and see what happens.
Wow, what was the first one? SPWH.
SPWH, yeah. That's
EGSC.
EOSE.
Oh, EOSC.
And Lucid, which I tweeted about this. They aired a commercial tonight. Lucid, which is as EV company, was like, no one wants EVs. Like, what are you doing? Only hipsters want EV. This stock it looks like, it's up 13%. Looks good. Look at their like 1 month chart. It's down pretty bad. They just did a reverse split. This is really $1.18. They went up to 18.41 because they did a 1-for-10 split. Let's see. They announced a $300 million investment from Uber, which is kind of like why they went up at 13%. But they have a lot of financial difficulty. Look, $300 million sounds nice, but look at how much money they burn per quarter. $643 million, almost $1 billion here. $397 million in the negative, $366 million in the negative, $539 in the negative. So on average, they lose about $500 million per quarter. Their balance sheet is awful. They have 2.8 billion in cash, but they have 4.6 billion in debt. So I tweeted today. I'm like, yeah, this is the money they spend on the commercials. They're going to dilute for their investors. So I think that this is a company to short for sure with puts. So they'd have that positive news. Like I said, 300 million. That's not going to even last them a whole quarter. They burn through more than that per quarter. So
Yeah, I was I'll definitely check those out. But hey, I was pleased, even though we had to deal with some rough commentating and whatnot. Like, at least the game was for free on YouTube. It's true. It's just like, gotta subscribe to like 8 freaking services, man, to just I just want to watch a game. Like, why is it such an ordeal every time? Maybe I'm just dumb. Well, that's definitely true. But.
You're not dumb. What are you saying? You're very sharp. You're very sharp.
I have my
no, it is a headache to subscribe to everything. Like, the starting on next Thursday, we have the Amazon games, and then I'm sure we'll have a couple of Netflix games on the holidays like we did last year. I don't know if we're gonna have a Peacock game, but I'm sure that's on the horizon. It's just a matter of time before we get Paramount Plus games. We're gonna have some Hulu games, I'm sure, in the future. It sucks. Like there's just way too many streaming services. There should be 1 or 2. So like Coke or Pepsi, right? There should be 2.
Yeah.
There should be 2. There shouldn't be 1 because there's no competition. But there should be 2, maybe a third. But like that, there are just like 10 of them. Like how do you afford to subscribe to all of them? It's stupid.
Don't forget RC Cola.
RC Cola, of course. Well, Mr. Pibb too.
Oh, Pibb Extra is still out there. I love that stuff.
I love Mr. Pibb.
I try to stay away from soda nowadays, but Mr. Pibb Extra, Dr. Thunder. That Dr. Thunder and Dr. Lightning, they were the knockoffs for Dr. Pepper.
I have, not only do I have this, I have
nice.
I have 2 of these on my desk, and I have Sierra Mist on my desk.
You didn't do the Starry transition. You didn't transition with Starry.
No. Sorry, it is Starry. Sorry, and it's not Sierra Mist. It's Starry.
Yeah.
It is Starry. It's transition. No. I actually bought my wife was like, hey, buy something other than Pepsi. So I bought Starry. And it turned out to be, unfortunately, diet Starry, like 0 sugar Starry. And I didn't even realize it. And then I popped open a can, I drank, I'm like, oh, this is disgusting. And I saw 0 sugar. I'm like, come on. Like I bought it by accident. And so actually, like my friend was over for my daughter's birthday. We had a party about a month ago. And then he's like, "Do you have any soda?" He's like, "Do you have any Diet Coke?" I'm like, "I have Diet Starry." He's like, "Oh, I'll take that." I'm like, "Really? Like, what's wrong with you?"
Diet Starry. Yeah, hit me with a Diet Starry, please.
Yeah,
That's hilarious, man.
yeah.
Diet fucking Starry. Oh man. Yeah, I knew this kid from high school. He loved Surge. Remember Surge? It made a comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love Surge. I love the font and the color scheme.
Green and red is the green
green
one,
and red
yeah.
with the black, and yeah,
It's too
and
too sugary for me.
yeah. This kid I went to high school with, he had like they stopped making it, and he had it by the cases in his garage and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and he kept like the last can of it ever in his in his fridge, and apparently like someone went in and was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
Surge, I didn't know they still made this."
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah,
someone drank my Pepsi Classic or whatever it was, a Crystal Pepsi.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
man.
my wife's friend was like, "Oh, I'll have this," and like I was saving it. You know, it's kind of like
Wow.
you never saw Lost. I was about to bring a Lost reference. There's this character in Lost who he loves Charles Dickens, and like he read every one of Charles Dickens' books except for one. And the character's like, "Why didn't you read that?" He's like, "I'm saving it for a special occasion." And like there's something that happens, and you know his like he thinks he's gonna die or something, and so he runs to the book and starts reading it real fast, as fast as he can. So it's kind of like that sort of less extreme, but yeah, still.
Oh hey, I wanted to tell you something. I know. Okay, now I know you don't like documentaries.
Mm-hmm.
But you gotta please watch this. Watch Unknown Number, the high school catfish.
Oh, I actually wanted to watch that. That looked interesting.
Yeah. Oh, you. As soon as I watched it, I wanted to watch it again. That's a pretty wild story.
If I watch that, will you watch Lost?
That's quite the disparity of time commitment there.
Watch the first 2 episodes or whatever. It's 2 hours. It's like an hour. It's an hour and a half.
It's like I'll watch this hour and a half documentary, and you watch 10 seasons of Lost. That's fair.
Hold on. First of all, it's 6 seasons. That gets me accurate here. And second, my thinking is that if you watch, I would say a few episodes, and I think the key episode's the one, like the 4th episode where they get into the John Locke character, and you see what's going on with him, and that's a lot of people said that's kind of what hooked them. I think if you got to the first 4 episodes, you wouldn't want to stop watching. Or maybe the 8 show. Do you watch Squid Game?
I watched the first season.
Okay, well, the 8 show is really good. I actually got my wife on that because we finished season 3 of Squid Game, which was really good. Season 2 I didn't like. Season 3 I liked, but anyway, the 8 show came up, and I'm like, "Oh, watch this is really good." And she read the description, which was I'll read the description to you, and I imagine that you'll have the same reaction, which is eight individuals competing in a show where they're trapped in a building and earn money as time passes. Does that sound like Squid Game to you? And keep in mind, it's a Korean game. It's a Korean show. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, sounds like it or adjacent.
Yes. Right. And that was my wife's exact reaction. She's like, "Oh, another Squid Game." I'm like, "No, this is much different." And she's like, "I don't want to watch another Squid Game." I'm like, "No, seriously, try it. It's not Squid Game." And so she watched it. She was on episode 2. She was like midway through episode 2. When we were going out to dinner, I'm like, "Oh, do you like the 8 show?" And she's like, "You were right. This is nothing like Squid Game. It is much different. In fact, like, this is not a spoiler. It's like 5 minutes into the first episode, they tell you this. 5 minutes into the first episode, they say if a character dies, the game ends. So like, there's no killing of characters. There's nothing like that. There's 8 characters. You know, eight floors, and it's a weird thing because you never learn, and this is not spoiler, you never learn a single name of a character on the show. They call each other. Isn't that weird?
What's it called again?
The 8 show, like the number 8, the 8 show.
What's it on?
Netflix.
Okay, well maybe I'll try it out.
Yeah, they like I said, you never learn a single name of any character on the show. They call each other. They call each other first floor, second floor, third floor, etc. They don't know each other's name. but and I say that because like it's so weird that you don't know their names, and yet all 8 characters like are so compelling. Like
Wow.
they work so well together, and you get really invested into all their characters. They're so great together. How they interact
Wow.
with each other is so good. I can't
Maybe
stress that enough. It's such a good show.
Maybe I'll try it out then.
Yeah. It's
You,
I keep thinking about that show and like how the dynamics. I wish we could talk about it, because I like the dynamics between all the characters and how they act based on their situation is just so good.
yeah, maybe I'll give it a shot. Was it like 1 season long sort of thing, or?
Yeah, it's 8 episodes. And at the first 2 minutes of each episode is like the backstory of each of the 8 characters. And so yeah, it's just 8 episodes, eight characters, 8 episodes. Yeah, it's
all right.
It's a good ending. You know, I have nothing bad to say about the show at all.
All right, maybe I'll watch it tonight after we sign off.
Okay, yeah, I want to hear your take on it too.
Yeah, you should watch The Unknown. I highly recommend The Unknown. If you like true crime, if you like,
all right, know what,
really crazy stuff.
Because you said that you'll watch the 8 show after this, I'll watch the what'd you say, Unknown Number?
Yeah, it's called Unknown Number: The High School Catfish.
I'll watch it tonight after we sign off.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I remember as soon as I saw it, I watched it again like the next day, because I wanted to watch it again so soon, because then, like, knowing what I knew later, I wanted to like redo everything. Like, or I wanted to review everything, I guess. And it was like it was different the second time around. So yeah, highly recommend that one. I really liked it.
All right. Well, it sounds like we have our nightly plans sewn up. Actually, well, I'll be watching it while I do some props. I'll be posting props on the site. I have actually. I won't be. I know what I'm going to write up. Like, I know some of the props I'm going to write up. So it's just a matter of like finding the best numbers, because I did that earlier today. I was like on my phone and I was like looking at all the props and like, oh, I like this, I like this, I like this. So I do remember them. And we are like, unlike our ATS picks, we're 1-1 with our props. We won Hampton by half a yard, which is nice tonight.
Yeah.
And then what we lost. We lost Jake Ferguson receiving yards on Thursday because he dropped a touchdown. So you win some, you lose some, I guess.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well,
terrible,
what are you gonna do?
Terrible.
Yeah. It would have been nice to start 2-0 with props, but what can you do?
What do they have 3-week contests in the Circa? Our Circa?
It's monthly.
Oh, it's monthly. Okay.
Yeah. And there's a prize for last place too.
I saw that.
Yeah, the booby prize.
What do you have to say? Like for a month, what do you have to lose? Like 2 games max? I think you got to go like 18-2 sort of thing.
I went when I went I got 3rd place in the September contest 2 years ago or 3 years ago. I think 3 years ago. I think I went 17-3.
Oh wow.
So there are 2 guys in front of me who went 18-2. I think.
When you win this mini contest, did they send you the money like right away, or did you have to get it all at the end, like wait till the end?
Oh well, here's the thing. Here's the downside of the Circa. I thought I told you this.
Yeah, that we'd have to go out there.
Yeah, So Westgate, this is the one thing Westgate does better. Westgate will send you the check like instantly. I got like my check like 2 weeks later. It was great. Circa, the guy called me. He's like, "Hey, congratulations on 3rd place in the September contest." I'm like, "Oh, thank you." He's like, "Yeah, when are you coming out to get the check?" I'm like, I live in Philly. I have 2 young kids, under both under 3. Actually, no. At the time, my son. I was like, no, I actually at the time. Now that's true, but now at the time, I was like, oh, I just have a newborn son. You know, I can't make it out. My wife will kill me if I leave. And he's like, oh, okay, that's too bad. Well, you know, whenever you come out, we'll have the check waiting for you. I'm like, can you mail it to me? And he's like, oh, we don't do that. Like,
yeah, you're saying
just mail the check. Like, you have to pay extra for certified mail. So it's okay. Like, you take that out of, you know, it's not like, what is it, $30 or something? You could take that out of the money I won, you know?
Yeah.
Like, if that was an option, they should do that as an option. Like, yeah, okay, you have to pay for certified mail. Sure, take it out of the prize money. It's like, sure, I don't care. But no, they had to wait. And like, I remember heading out to the Circa that next summer. I actually like texted the guy. I'm like, hey, I'm coming out. He's like, okay, we'll have your check prepared for you. and then look, they did like they paid me very quickly when I came there, but I can't believe they wouldn't send me mail the check. It's like, come on, like like they're not sending it by Raven. Like, what are you?
Yeah. But what I mean though is like, did they say like, okay, you can come get it like at the end of the season or as soon as you want it?
No, as soon as you want. As soon as you want, you can go out.
Oh, okay. So if you win a mini contest, you can go out there and collect.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So maybe you'll do that because I still have two young kids and my wife will kill me if I leave.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'll sneak you out just for one day, man.
That's a rough trip. That's a rough trip though, because it's 5-hour flight and you have to fly back the next day.
It'll be worth it. What if we win the million?
Well, no. Look, we're talking about a monthly contest.
I know.
If we win the million, we're heading out week 18 to hedge or whatever, because Circa has credits. So you can use some of your winnings as credit to hedge. So it makes sense to go out anyway. So I don't know. Maybe I'll convince my wife I can go out if I take my son or something. But the problem is by then he'll be 4.
I'll talk to her and I'll just say, please, for like it'll really be helpful for me.
I think you could probably convince her. I can't at this point.
Yeah, no. So I take good care of you because I don't drink or anything. So yeah,
I don't think she cares. I don't think she cares about that.
I'm just saying, proof that I'm responsible or something. I don't know.
I don't drink. I don't really drink either. I've been. Yeah. I don't really. I can't remember the last time I had a drink. Like outside of like, someone handed me a beer at my daughter's party, and I didn't even finish it. I had like half a beer. Mm-hmm. Outside of that, I can't remember the last time I had a drink. That's probably like, I met Aton at the bar ahead of the 2023 season. And we had like 3 beers. I think that's the last time I drank.
Wow.
Yeah. Outside of that half beer I had for my daughter's party. I was like, I you know what? Because I used to drink a lot at Penn State. And like, I wasn't like an alcoholic, but like, I just think like, I just have a different mindset now with 2 kids, like 2 young kids. Like I don't ever want them to see me drunk. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's just like, that sounds awful to me. So I just feel like I just have this like mentally this different responsibility just to not be an idiot, like
Yeah. I got you. Yeah, it's interesting too, because I feel like people nowadays like are drinking far less. Like you don't see as many people. I mean, obviously there's always going to be like the alcohol industry is going to be booming, but
yeah, well that's why the birth rates are way down.
Yeah, like I meet a lot of.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's true. People get drunk and have sex. Like that's what they do. Now they're not drinking.
You're saying half the population's undateable? Undateable? Well, how are these people getting together? Alcohol.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, I definitely think there's some merit to that, at least, for sure. But I mean, I feel like more than ever, people of all ages, like it's not like, okay, maybe because I'm getting older and I'm just talking to people my age or something, but those people I talk to, like they don't drink or they drink very little.
Yeah.
So,
why do you think that is?
Well, I think, it's in large part to the like the marijuana dispensaries are on every corner now. It's depending on the state you live in. Here in Florida, they're on every corner.
So people are just smoking instead of drinking. It's like,
yeah,
one,
and I mean,
one
it's
vice
like,
instead of the other.
Yeah, and it's not. I mean, it's not particularly hard. Is my understanding, at least, is that it's not particularly hard to like obtain like a license, like a medical.
Oh no,
license, right?
One of my friends, he has like weed gummies like all the time.
Yeah.
And he's like he did offer me one. Like we hang out about like once every 2 months or so. It's harder because we both have kids, but we both have 2 kids. Like every time we like chill out, and like once every 2 months we'll chill out and like play Mario Golf. And he'll have these like weed gummies, and he'd be like, "Well, take this weed gummy," and he always takes one. And I did once. I took a half of one, and it kind of like zonked me out where I didn't feel high, but when I got home, I was just so tired. I didn't get any work done, and I'm like, I hate not doing work.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I took a quarter of one last time, and I didn't feel anything. It was kind of a waste.
yeah, I can be creative sometimes when I smoke, but I don't. But I can't be like super productive necessarily. Like I couldn't, like, some people like will smoke before like their job, whatever it may be, and it's like, how do you do that? I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Nor have I ever tried, because it's just, I would never do that. Like, I'm more creative, but I don't think I could like focus on. No, that's not true. Like, I guess I can like really focus on one thing, but yeah, I just think more people are smoking now.
Yeah,
It's
true.
everywhere, and like, you don't have to like hide it or anything anymore. But some states it's not legal yet. But I remember in 2017, I was out in Vegas. It was one of the years that I met you out there at one point or another, and I was sitting at the bar at the Tuscany, and this guy, like, it was so funny. He just didn't look like the type at all, and he talked like this. He's like, "Hey, man, how's it going?" Like, he's kind of like this like chubby guy with like kind of dorky looking glasses. He's real friendly. But he's like, "Did you get your medical marijuana card yet?" I was like, "What?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, "Oh yeah, just right up the road there." So like, I Googled it real quick, and I took an Uber over there because I didn't, my company didn't give me a rental or anything.
Yeah.
So like, I got there just in time, and it's like, and in the past I have had, I did herniate a disc in my back years ago. So at some point I have had back pain, but like, I roll into this place to get my medical license, and it's like one kid in like this like office suite and like a kiosk. It's like this kid that weighs like $120 soaking wet with gauged ears, sort of like 19 years old, like, dude,
Yeah.
like, and he like walks me up to the kiosk. He's like, "Okay, like, what's your problem?" I was like, "Back pain." He's like, "All right, back chronic pain." Yeah, and he's like, "Okay, $60." So I paid him, and he's like, "Here's your card." And he held the door open for me. It's like, it was literally right across the street. I could have thrown a baseball there. And he's like, "There you go. It's right over there." It's like, this is great. So like, this all happened within the span of like 15 minutes, just because that guy at the bar is like, "Oh yeah," like, that was so funny.
Yeah, I don't even know why. It's the libertarian in me. I don't know why you even need a medical excuse. I think it should all be legal.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
it's ridiculous.
I think so
It's not.
too.
Like, I mean, I think it's safer than alcohol. Like,
That's the thing, like, and I mean, I feel like, this is pretty much true across the board. Like, I'm sure somebody could try to argue me, but it's like, alcohol like can really bring out like deep emotions in people, and they can be angry or violent or sad or hostile, and it's like that doesn't happen really like when you're high,
right. Yeah, it
you're not.
smells you out for the most part.
Yeah, like you're thinking about your actions. I mean, with some exception. But like, no one is. I've never like met like a high person like do something like I've never seen anyone be any semblance of aggressive when they're high.
Yeah.
Which obviously alcohol, like, you see it plenty. I'm sure most people have it in some form or another. So there's that too.
I mean, whenever you hear like domestic violence stuff, it's like always the guy's drunk and he beats up on his wife. You never hear like the stone guy beats up on his wife.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like stone guy ordered a pizza and passed out.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it so funny how like they really like how much they demonized it when we were kids in the 90s?
Yeah.
Remember they would do. You remember those like anti-marijuana commercials? The one, it was like, however you have to talk to your, no matter like how you choose to talk to your kids about marijuana, and like the dad was like this dorky white guy, and he was doing the rap, or the wacky weed. It is bad. This I know. I am your dad. But like, I remember it was like a PSA, like a commercial.
Yeah.
But they were just like, "Oh, like marijuana will ruin your life and all that." And it's like, it's like curing cancer. It's like, well, I guess they got that one wrong. But like,
no,
it's just so funny. Like, it was so demonized. Like, I mean, maybe it was just like, I'm sure part of it was a product of my environment. Like, I grew up in a small town, and it's like, I mean, of course, some people were smoking it, but I never did as a kid, because I was like, I really had it in my brain. Like, the advertising worked. Like, I thought it was like pure evil. Like,
yeah.
It'll ruin your life. It's like, no,
it'll ruin your productivity, but it will not ruin your life.
Yeah, like, you're not gonna do, like, it's very unlikely. Like the dumb, paint with a broad brush here, but like the dumbest thing you're gonna do, like when you're high, is like you're gonna spill like a bag of chips on the floor. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna make very unlikely you're gonna make a reckless decision of any kind. Like, you're much, I feel like, across the board, one is more likely to when under the influence of alcohol. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I used to drink when as you know, like I'm coming up. October will be 5 years since I drank.
Wow, congrats.
And yeah, thanks. And I'll tell you what, somewhere, somehow, like whether it was at the grocery store where I bought my beer when I used to drink, because I used to drink like 18 beers a night. And I drank, like, if I went out to like a Buffalo Wild Wings, I would drink Blue Moon or something. I like Blue Moon. But like when I was sitting at home, it was like the most unique beer. Bud Light Lime.
I used to drink Bud Light Lime all the time.
Yeah, I love Bud Light Lime. Like I could down like 3 in like 5 minutes, man.
It was refreshing. Like you're outside at night in the summer, like it's refreshing.
Oh yeah. But I'm telling you, like, that's not like a go-to beer for most people. Like, I would say I was in like the 99th percentile of people outside of like bars and restaurants.
Yeah.
Like individual consumers. I bet I was in the 99th percentile of Bud Light Lime because like I drank almost a case of it a day, more or less.
Wow.
Yeah, like I feel like in someone's supply chain, they were like, when I quit drinking, they're probably like, "What's going on? The sales are down."
Right.
Like, the inventories?
It wasn't Dylan Mulvaney. It was Tom.
Yeah. Exactly. I ruined Anheuser-Busch, man.
That's it. It's all my fault. It's gone on there just because of you.
Well, you know what? When I worked a seasonal job at Toys R Us in 2017, and then they closed their doors as soon as I left in 2018. So what does that tell you? It fell apart without me.
Well, the last job I had before running the site, I worked for Mid-Atlantic Mortgage as a loan officer. They fired me in February, and they went out of business by August.
Wow.
So we share that.
Oh yeah. We were keeping these places afloat, huh?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, me and my zero sales. Even
yeah, Toys R Us is an interesting concept now. I mean, like, it's not around anymore. Though I was actually in like a Macy's recently, and they had like a Toys R Us section.
Yeah. Macy's bought the rights to Toys R Us. That's why you see that. Yeah.
Yeah, like I just feel like almost like keep the logo for something. Like it's like I think maybe that's what they were doing. It's more like a brand than a store. But I mean, why is Toys R Us not like really in business? I mean, I guess it's just Amazon. We don't play with and like tangible like toys. Like it's a lot of video games and computer games. Like I feel like kids probably aren't playing with like action figures and dolls or whatever. And
I wish I could take my kids to Toys R Us. I as a dad.
Oh, it's a great
Love
experience.
it. Yeah. I would love it. My parents, maybe it was a nightmare for my parents, but I think they liked it. I don't know, but they always take me and my sister to Toys R Us for our birthdays and then Christmas, and then every time, my dad will be like, "Here, you have $100 to spend. You could buy anything."
Oh wow,
and it was awesome. Like, yeah, it'd be like it would teach me like you obviously can't buy everything for 100, so it'd be like budgeting. It'd teach me like budgeting, like, hey, I could get this video game for 50 and get these like monster in my pockets for like $15, so it's 65, 35 left over, and then like I would never take taxes into account, and it would always be like $107, and I'm like, oh, sorry, I didn't get taxes right. But like no, that was always a blast. Sometimes I get like 2 video games. It'd be like $90. Like, oh, I can get something for 10. It's always like a challenge. Like I like squeeze everything out like a lemon. They squeeze every last penny. That $100.
And that's so funny.
Yeah, I was like, I wish I could do that with my kids. And like at my I took my son to the grocery store because we needed some food yesterday, and I told my son, like, you can get one thing. You can only get one thing. You have to choose. And so I think like, I was trying to teach him like decision making. So he walks in, he's like, oh, I want chocolate covered strawberries. I'm like, oh, is that what you really want? Is there one thing? He's like, yeah. And then he saw donuts, and he's like, oh, I want these donuts. I'm like, more than chocolate covered strawberries? He's like, yeah. He's like, yeah. And then like we went to the toy section, and he stared at the toys. Like he saw this Batman figurine. He saw like some Paw Patrol stuff. He's like, I want this. I want that. So, like, I want this. I was like, Conrad, you can only get one thing. He's like, oh. And then like he spent like 10 minutes looking at the toys, and I'm like, well, think about Lily too, because it's my daughter. And then ultimately he chose the donuts, and so I guess he was hungry.
I remember where I grew up, there was this in the back of our like neighborhood, there was this campground, and there was like this. They had like this little arcade, and like it had some decent games in there. It was just like something we would like walk right down the neighborhood street to get down to it. And they had like a general store across the street, and you would get like your quarters from there, so you could go across the street and play the arcade games. But they had like ice cream bars and whatnot. Remember the Chief Crunchy ice cream bars? I think I bought a Chief Crunchy. And, you know, I had $1 in my pocket. And for some reason, I had a nickel as well. And I think the ice cream was $1. But I was like 8 years old. I had no concept of sales tax.
Yeah.
You know, so like I went in and like this old couple ran that store. And this guy's like flannel shirt with overalls and like a trucker cap, glasses. Like this guy's late 70s, maybe early 80s. And he's like 106. And I was like, oh, like I thought it was going to be $1. But then I was like, wait, I have a coin. I have a nickel in here. So gave him like 105. And, you know, I was a kid. So I was like kind of nervous. Like I don't have enough. Yeah. And I'll never forget. He looked at me and he's like, you owe me a penny tomorrow. You know, you think he'd be like, oh, like little kid, let him go, you know, for a penny.
Right.
But sure enough, the very next day, like I think I like looked through the couches at my house or something, like found a penny and I walked it down and his wife was there. We're running the store that day. And I was like, I bought ice cream yesterday and I owed a penny. And she was like, she was so confused. She was like, oh, okay. And I was like, thank you. But I will say maybe that old man, like, you know, I'm sure he's, you know, he was old 30 years ago. So, but I'll always remember that guy because like, I always think he like gave me like instilled a little bit of like responsibility. Like, yeah, it wasn't a big deal, but like be prepared, you know, like I always think of him. And like, and I'll tell you something else, that guy, like, you know how you would go around when you're a kid, you would sell like cookies or whatever, or like we used to do the magazine sales fundraiser.
Yeah.
And I went down there and he bought a magazine from me. Like,
cool.
I thought that was cool. I'll never forget, he was flipping through it. He's like, the guy, he kept going, popular mechanics, popular science, popular mechanics, popular science. He just kept saying it over and over. And then I think he finally found it. Okay. He looked at it for a long time, but like at least that was cool. Like at least he, you know, he helped me out. I can't believe that people actually bought those. I used to sell a lot of those things.
Really?
I actually used to be like surprised when people didn't buy, but like in hindsight, I mean, it's a different time now. Like now people are coming up to my door. It's like, what the hell are you doing here? Like, who knows I'm in here? Go away.
Yeah, well, people don't read magazines anymore either.
Right. But like they used to sell like the popcorn tins for like holidays or whatever, you know, all sorts of stupid crap. Candles.
Right.
They used to sell the butter braids. I was like, I don't know, it was like some sweet bread or something. All these silly like fundraisers. I don't know. Why did they even have us do that? Like, so yeah, it was like it was for the school. It's like, hey, you go out. It's basically like child labor, isn't it? It's like you go fundraise for the school, and in return, we'll give you some stupid freaking stuffed animals here as a prize.
Yeah, you don't even get to keep the profits. It's ridiculous.
Yep. I remember really being excited about the incentives. Like I did do that. Or you know what we used to do for baseball? They'd give us a pack of like 30 Reese's peanut butter cups. So like the 4-pack, it was $1 each. Those things were easy to sell. It's like, hey, like, we're going around for baseball. It's like, here's $5. Give me 5 of the Reese's peanut. Like you get 20 Reese's cups for $5. It was a deal.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, you know, as a kid, like you'd love it. Some people would be like, I just want like, here's $5. I just want 2. You guys can keep 3. You know, and we're like, oh yeah. Like my brother would sell them. Like, I think sometimes too, and we would go back and like hog out. You know, peanut butter cups we loved. But those things I would always have to get extras. I mean, it's $1. You know. And back then, everyone's got cash. It's like, oh, like here's one.
Oh yeah, no one has cash anymore too. That's another thing.
Yeah, that's true. I don't even remember. Like, I don't even remember. I guess we took a check from those people. Like when we sold them, I think we did. And I think I did that by myself. I can't believe people trusted me to do that. Like, no, maybe my parents. I don't know. It was a different time, you know.
Yeah.
It was a different time. Like you could do something like that. Not
people. I mean, like they used to have smaller communities. We used to have like it used to be more personable, I think. But now everything's like online. You don't really talk to anyone anymore. Like I haven't. We had these neighbors moved in two houses like down from me, and they moved in like a year ago. I haven't even spoken to them. I don't know any of their names. I haven't even said hi to them. So maybe that makes me like a bad neighbor, but they didn't like say hi to me either. So I don't know. My other neighbor I talked to a little bit. My wife, they're a Russian couple that they're like probably in their 50s, maybe probably 60s at this point. And they had 2 daughters, and like the one daughter is like 30, she's married, and like the other one is like she's like early 20s, maybe mid 20s. But anyway, she doesn't live there anymore, so it's just them. And so my wife is and they're Russian too. So my wife will always be like, "Oh, Vlad, like we're talking to Vlad. I was talking to Vlad, blah blah blah," and she'd be like, "Hey, Vlad," so we got the wrong. We got one of their letters in our mailbox, and I looked at him like it said like Igor or something. I'm like, his name's not Vlad. You keep calling him Vlad. You've called him Vlad for like 8 years. His name's not Vlad.
Oh my god!
Yeah,
for like 8 years. Why
8 years? 8 years? Yeah.
Vlad the Impaler.
His name is Igor.
That's freaking hilarious, Igor. Oh man, what a name!
Yeah, it's a typical Russian name.
Yeah,
I know several Igors. We had a.
Oh wow, really? You're.
Well, it's Russian.
Yeah, you're
community.
Connected to the Igors.
That's a Russian community here. It's in Northeast.
I know.
I had an Igor on one of my basketball teams. It's pretty good.
Oh, nice, man.
Yeah, we had all the typical names. We had a Vlad, we had a Gene, and we had an Igor. These are like the most Russian names. Roman's another one.
Roman, yeah, that's Roman.
Yeah, there's a guy named Roman down the street hit my wife's car actually. Just
freaking
driving by. Yeah.
Russian bastard. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
What if he's watching this now?
Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah.
He went to my high school actually, and like he didn't even remember that because he was a year ahead of me. So
okay.
Like I guess he didn't look at the underclassmen.
Yeah.
And it's like hi, hey. I was like, oh yeah, I know you. You're Roman. He's like, how do you know that? And I'm like, we went to school together. He's like, oh, I didn't know that.
So he's Roman and Russian. Get it?
Yes. It's dual citizenship.
Oh man, I was. Who else would you take? I've got the Cardinals in my other Survivor.
Cardinals and Jaguars, I think, are the 2 good teams that are still left. If you,
yeah, you know what? I think I might switch that out for the Jaguars.
Okay,
I'm thinking about it.
I'm in 2 pools, and I forgot to submit my pools, so that's why I didn't pick the Eagles despite my recommendations. So I went with Cardinals and Jaguars with my 2 choices.
Have you ever picked the same team when you have multiple pools, like 2?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah,
Did that make you nervous?
Yeah, but if I don't like the other options, then I'll just take the same team.
Right. Interesting. Man, I haven't done Survivor in many years, so hopefully it goes. Eagles deserve to lose that game, honestly.
Yeah,
I was smart. I mean, they definitely easily could have. CeeDee Lamb dropped that ball.
Well, I mean, the Eagles dropped like 3 interceptions themselves, and then you had Jalen Carter. He got ejected, so like the Eagles didn't have their best defensive player.
Yeah.
So I don't know, and I felt like but like obviously the thunderstorm delay ruined all momentum. Like no one scored a single point after that delay.
Yeah.
So it changed. Like both teams couldn't be stopped before the delay, and then. Like only Miles Sanders fumbling. That's the only thing that stopped Dallas. And then after the delay, there was no one scored at all. It's just so weird.
Yeah, that was a frustrating game.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I'm interested to see what the bigger overreaction is going to be next week with Eagles and Chiefs.
Yeah, well, one team lost, one could have easily lost. So,
man,
not really anything that should change anything.
If the Dolphins win and the Broncos win this week, let's take the Colts next week, man. And battle the horse. I really think put Jonathan Taylor next week. He's going to want revenge after he dropped that ball.
Well, fumbled the ball, you mean? Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Well, he dropped it before the goal line.
Right. I mean, technically a fumble, yeah. But yeah,
right.
I see what you're saying. Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, I think, battle the horses. Sum me up. Let's get a Denver 50-point win. Let's get a Colts 30-point loss. We'll get like plus 6.5 instead of plus 3, which is what the line is right now. No,
that's exactly
the line right now is plus 3.5. So we'll get like a 6.5 or something. That would be great.
That's exactly what'll happen, I bet.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right, man. I guess. Wow, it's almost we're creeping. We're over 2.5 hours now.
Yeah. We're what 22 minutes away from being 1/8 of a 24-hour live stream.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we're working our way there.
Yeah, right. Hey guys, did you know this is a 24-hour live stream? No.
Yeah.
My wife killed me. Like, hey, can you put my daughter down from that? No, I'm in hour 12 of this 24-hour live stream.
Exactly. Yeah. Forget all your obligations.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Oh
yeah,
my
exactly.
gosh. Well, all right, man.
Well, it was good to get this card together. I feel strongly about it. I will, of course, submit it. I'll write out that email. I think my dog needs to go out, so I'll do that right after. And I'm gonna watch the unknown number.
Yeah, unknown number, high school catfish. That's it. Yeah.
Okay, I will watch that tonight, and I'll let you know what I think about it.
All right, sounds great.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching and commenting. Really appreciate it. I was about to say, I wonder if anybody's on. Yeah, some people are still on watching live, so it's,
nice.
it's pretty good for 2 a.m.
Yeah, appreciate you guys.
Yeah, and that's just on Facebook. That's just on YouTube. I don't know how many watching live on Twitter. There might be a few. So, guys, thank you so much for watching, commenting. Please hit like, subscribe, comment below, share this video. Visit walterfootball.com for tons of content. You guys know the drill. Like, free content. You have to pay a dime, or if you want to pay and get rid of the ads, you can do that too. It's a fun experience. And then visit twitch.tv/Quacky_T for Tom's live streams. You haven't done any recently, right? Or am I wrong? Have you done something?
Yeah, not in a while. I tweet out some fun stuff from time to time. So yeah, just follow me on Twitter and
at Quacky T.
Yeah, I'm excited for this season, man. This is the most excited I've been in some time.
Yeah, let's rock and roll. Let's do next time you're on, we'll be like, oh, we went 5-0. Let's go.
Yeah, that would be a beautiful thing, man.
Exactly. Good start for our September contest there. So, all right, guys, we'll be back on Tuesday with Kenny. We're gonna do fantasy stuff, waiver wire, and then we're gonna do week 2 onward best ball. Gonna do that as well, so it should be a lot of fun. And then obviously the week 2 picks after that with Andy, and then Evan, and then Tom again. So guys, I have a great and by the way, I'm gonna do a short video tomorrow night to compensate for no live stream, so look out for that tomorrow evening around 9-10 p.m. I'll have a video as well talking about week 1 picks. So all right, guys, have a great night, have a great weekend. Good luck with all your bets, and have fun watching football on Sunday. It should be a blast. So looking forward to it. All right, Tom, I'll talk to you later.